Woo. Woo.
Oops. There we are. It's been a minute.
Oh, boy. What do we talk about every time opening this motherfucker up about being a minute?
It's always been. That's the name
How's
of the podcast.
it been, though? It's been a minute.
Let's change this. Been a minute.
Man,
Let's burn this thing down.
We did just do the inaugural last weekend again.
Yeah, we did.
Getting back with the room all set up. So there's that.
Yeah. Wish we could show it to you, but we can't because I failed. I'll take this blame.
You should.
I didn't have a port to port out here to show the room. But
fucking docking out here at Starship
but if
Enterprise?
I may, I
the
will.
Fuck you talking about port to port to port.
I will describe this
captain?
room as looks tits. Looks good.
Yeah, it is.
Better.
Especially with me in it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there you are, back in your chair, looking good.
I do what I can. Yeah.
But here we are, another episode. Got a guestie on. Say hi, guest.
What's up?
Named David.
Yep.
Long time
listener.
friend.
First time caller.
Listener. First time on the podcast. He's dying to come on the podcast.
This is Joe's Pizza. I'd like to place an order.
Out here trying to schedule him on, but so here he is. Welcome.
How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good.
You have the ugliest dog. Jesus Christ.
I wasn't going to say it, but thank you.
I mean, he's like a giant gold mop.
Your dog is
semen mop.
Maybe.
That's probably why he has a fucking dog. He just he can shoot at his coat hair real quick. Take him to the fucking groomer once a week.
He
You're
just likes
good.
to go all over the place.
Your dog would not do well in prison. Let's put it that way. Doggy prison.
Oh yeah.
Fucking Izzy be all over that ass. Like,
shit, he'd
this
make
my
everyone
bitch.
his bitches.
That shaggy haired dog running out, tongue all out and shit. Like, what the fuck is this?
He picks
like
up chicks better than I do.
running through the podcast room. Can't get mad at it because it's so adorable, and we all love dogs.
Cute adorbs.
Yep.
But we'd all cry if we had to put a bullet in his brain. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking getting dark real quick here, son.
I'm just saying, like, if it knocked over a camera, hey.
Oh, yeah, we're shooting him at that point.
What'd you name the dog?
Hercules.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I'll be his fucking Xena, if you know what I mean. Suck the life right out of him. But, so, how's your trip, bud?
It was all right. Just driving through Idaho. It's nice and scenic, but.
Oh, you drove?
Yeah, I drove.
This time you drove?
Well, it's like, I'm not going to fly Hercules. I've tried to fly him once, and when we got back to the house the first time we flew, I mean, it was just nothing but he was so stressed out that he had just had died.
Well, it's because you didn't take him on the fucking Mile High Club, bro. You fucked up. You fucked up.
I tried, but,
Hey, stewardess, come here.
Yeah, you're the reason I brought up on another podcast. Another guy tried to fly his dog.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I had a buddy literally sat right next to him, flying down. This time, no go, huh?
Straight up. Hercules, he sat next to me on the flight too, and he was all right, but it's when the plane takes off, all that cabin pressure he laid down and just couldn't do anything.
All the pressure just left?
Yeah.
He didn't shit on the floor, did he, or anything like that?
No, but it's just when he got home that it was bad. But so we drove up here. The drive is nice. It's kind of long, but, it's just because I've done it so many times that it's just kind of gets boring.
You go up through Oregon or you go through 95?
95.
Yeah,
if you go through like Oregon and Washington, it's a whole nother hour, even though it's quicker.
Faster.
Plus all the transients sitting there putting up fucking tents and shit. You don't know if you're going to hit one with your car.
Well, I hit a few,
So.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what'd you do?
Camera 3's gone.
Camera 3's gone.
Who's camera 3?
Right here. This one?
How's that one gone
That's
already?
the new one.
Fuck, it's still 100% battery, so. Technical difficulties, guys. No worries.
New camera. Didn't we have to change a setting in there, Joe, last time?
Yeah.
Remember?
Oh, yeah, it shuts off.
Yeah. You got to turn that setting off.
Timeout.
Just unplug everything real quick. No, it's fine. So what? The drive time's like, 8 hours-ish, give or take?
7.5 hours.
And then if you fly, it's like an hour and a half?
No, if you fly, it's going to be less than an hour. It's like
Really?
It's like 48 minutes, but, I mean, I guess if
What
you
bullshit is that? If I fly to Seattle, it's fucking 45.
Yeah, so it's 48 minutes down.
Sons of bitches. They charge you more because you're flying into Seattle instead of Boise. That's what the problem is.
It's unbelievable, like what they pull off with airplane stuff, dude. I had a flight one time coming out of Minneapolis that was like an hour and some change late going into Newark, New Jersey, and the fucking pilot still got me to New Jersey on time. It was nuts, dude. It was like an hour late, man.
The vortex through the centripetal air at 1,200 knots is going to be a little bit quicker coming this. We got a little headwind, a little tailwind too.
That's what he said.
Wait, Tower, we found a wormhole, so we're good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we got a fucking mini black hole out here. Actually, Neil deGrasse Tyson's actually on board today, so we're fucking flying through the wormholes.
If you see the Black Knight out to your right, you'll understand that we're going to jump through a quick vortex here and be over in Japan here about 10 minutes.
All we gotta do is a little quick math. Carry Planck's constant, no big deal.
Right.
Oh, yeah, we're there. Got it.
Perfect. So driving up,
Yeah.
coming through. Shut up. I haven't really gone pretty much past Blackfoot because I feel nothing really is past Blackfoot, and Blackfoot's even a shithole itself. So let's start with that.
Well, that's also over on the east side too, right?
Well, I mean, Boise's damn near right in the middle.
It's like
right,
pretty hard on the west coast, the west edge of Idaho.
Yeah. This motherfucker born here, raised here, and still doesn't know the geography.
Shit, well, when I moved down to Boise, I didn't fucking
This is
know.
state?
I literally thought when we got down to Idaho that I was in bumfuck middle bottom, and I was not. I was all the way to the left side looking at the map. So it's really far west towards the very bottom.
Right.
You're only a 30-minute drive from Oregon.
Yeah, if you look at like where Pocatello and Salmon and stuff is, dude, you're down in that in the
right,
kind of a Tri-City type area.
Yeah.
Blackfoot's like on the far side towards Montana.
I don't fucking know, dude. I don't go down there.
Anyways,
There's
dude,
nothing good down there. The fuck, desert high country, son.
Yeah.
Okay, I want trees. I want some fucking rabid squirrels running through my backyard. If you know what I'm talking about. Like I don't want this,
I mean, Boise's
desert people.
Boise's a city of trees, but climate 100% is like desert mountain. So
it's so wild. You can go through like rolling hills, mountains, lakes and streams and shit, and then just fucking desert.
Yeah.
Right.
You hit so many different climates going through, and like because you have the nice rolling green pastures right between like Moscow and Coeur d'Alene. And in fact, a lot of people don't like. I think I read that those green pastures are actually the shot of Windows 98, the original wallpaper.
Really?
It's actually right there on the Palouse.
I was gonna say because once you hit the Palouse, you start losing all that greenery.
Yeah, I think
and then it's just high hills.
I think it's around like the Moscow Pullman area. Yeah, because that's like where all those those giant rolling hills are. They're beautiful, man.
And then right when you go through, once you get past Moscow and you head towards Lewiston, technically that whole area turns into a giant canyon. And then, so first you smell the shit of Lewiston, the rotting eggs and stuff. Get past that. And
paper mill.
Yep.
Yeah. It's nothing after that because Grangeville is just a butthole. It's nothing there. You go all the way down and Riggins is the only like cool small town. And then you go to McCall. But once you're in Riggins, you got that deep canyon. So that drive is actually quite beautiful.
Nice. Sorry.
Is it lower elevation than Lewiston is?
No, no, it isn't. Because
hang on,
going from Lewiston to Grangeville, you're actually going uphill the whole entire time.
Oh,
so
that makes sense. Yeah.
He's got the battery stuff on it, so let me know.
Yeah, he does.
Let me know when I'm on the eye.
Brown eye.
Technicals, man.
New camera. He thought
there it is.
Joe would fucking take care of it, but our boy, set it and forget it, and then forget everything else too.
Something. There we go. If it beeps again, I'm gonna kick it.
Okay. What is it? Your dog now? Camera 3 is your dog. Just kick
so
it.
what are you guys talking about? Hey, how'd you get up here? You went through Cammy Eye and shit. No, I'm just kidding.
This motherfucker, dude.
I rode my bicycle the whole time. So.
Yeah, with Hercules on the back too.
I made him pull me. It was just like a sled setup.
Got it.
One dog. Fucking longest trip ever. Dog make it like 100 fucking yards. Like, all right, bitch. Either lose some weight or get me another dog. Like, I ain't fucking doing this. Bullshit. So, last time we were up, David, you didn't even see the room, right? Or no, you came in and saw the room, but we still
saw the room,
we still had the table in, right?
I saw the table. It wasn't lit up yet, so this is my first time.
Oh, when we had this shit in here when you came up?
Yeah.
Couldn't remember if it was in there or not.
Yeah, I think Joe said it was just brought in. Like this table wasn't set up yet; it was behind it. You had the old table for with all the equipment.
Oh, that plastic bitch.
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah. No, it's getting there pretty well. I mean, a few more twerks and whatnot, and we should be there. It's
Twerks, right?
right. Twerk it,
you
baby.
just need like right there, like a stripper pole, and you need a life-size Chewbacca hanging on it. That'd be
Something
great.
out here. Yeah, I might get a little OnlyFans corner
one's-
out here.
Yeah,
No one's gonna take that opportunity for a nice little
Out here,
Chewbacca sound, dude.
like, bruh. That's best. That's all
I
I got.
can't roll my tongue, otherwise I'd try. There you go.
Sounds like you're taking a
That's how I
shit.
go down on the clit. The old Chewbacca. Give her the old.
I give her the old Muhammad
You know what I'm
Ali
saying?
speed bag. If you know what I'm talking about.
We get a little sexual on the podcast sometimes, talking about the flings, non-flings, maybe flings out here.
Yeah.
Nothing.
He's just, I'll just drink my beer.
Yeah, you know.
This is my static water. I got the beer right here.
The static. It's got a little static in it, dude. A little.
Yeah. Tastes like I turned to channel 3.
I was gonna say a little channel 99, dude, with the half titties hanging out.
Right?
Oh, there's a titty.
Pixelated.
There's a titty.
What I remember talking to you back in the day, this could lead into something else too, is you were down in Mexico fucking around the brewery.
Yeah.
How the fuck did that all come about? Because that was a fucking interesting story that you kind of were telling me, and then
Yeah.
Joe was kind of capitalizing on some of that shit too.
Yeah, me and Joe were talking about setting one up. And so my brother, so I have 2 brothers that live in Mexico right now. And at the time, one of them lived in
Both
Mexico.
fair skin, red hair.
No, they're not
I was gonna say
redheads,
these
but-
motherfuckers are standing out. Dude, cartel's coming in hot.
Yeah, no, straight up fair skin, yes. But they're both like brown hair
Fuck these
guys.
Targaryens doing down here.
Most of the cartels are actually on the East Coast because they go up through like Central America or the central part of the United States and like Texas and stuff. It's easier to distribute. So there's not as much of the cartel traffic on the west side. So it's actually pretty safe over there, even though you're just outside of Tijuana. But my
Because
brother,
California has everything, you know.
yeah, exactly. I mean, they basically
The-
fucking work with
The
California.
middle part of America is a bunch of like corn-fed people. Like, what is fentanyl? What are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
Welcome to San Diego, bitch. Kind of
And
thing.
like, you know, if you look at like the wall that Mr. Trumpy wanted to build, well, there was no wall in like in Texas, but there's plenty of wall space over in California. So the wall's been built there
it's a
forever.
figurative speech. It's a figurative wall out here. Okay.
I'll tell you what though, the wall does shit because my brother and I, we were driving along. This,
white as shit. Of course it would.
Yeah, they just let you go on through, bro. Like,
the
look
white-
at that.
we went through.
You got the
he
white
sees-
Irish
Irish looking motherfucker. Come on in.
He
Come on in.
He sees me. He's like fucking royalty. Wave him on. Come on. Get him a little
I
cartel.
don't give a fuck
like,
if he has a passport or not. Get him in here.
Yeah. Oh, you white? Come in. Come in.
Get him a security detail.
Why do I sound Indian? Come on in.
But anyways,
Shove this fucking
between,
kilo of cocaine up your ass real quick, mule.
between Tijuana,
We're
and
gonna get you, white
Rosarito,
boy.
there's
Fuck
a-
you.
There's a toll road right there. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you do that toll road, we're driving along. It's
Thanks,
about
Obama.
10 minutes. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Well, it takes about 10 minutes, but you see this guy run across the road, and he's got a backpack on. And then
Oh
he
fuck,
runs,
he's getting sniped.
he runs from the road.
Got
all the
some
way to
laser
the-
darts on him.
Just hiking, son.
He
He's
runs
looking like the
away-
fucking Predator with all the red lights on him when it's through there.
No, America's not that efficient. Trust me. They just like, oh, hey, hold on. Let me pay you some, give me some tax money.
There's like they can't swim. There you go. Come on.
But he in his backpack he has a giant rope ladder, so he hauls his ass up the ladder, 50 feet up the ladder, or up the wall, and then he drops the ladder down, and he knows the exact timing where the spotlights and the cameras are not looking, and so he waves down like 3 Mexican dudes who run and go up the ladder, and while they're letting themselves back down, he runs to the next wall because there's 2 walls, and they're both like 50 feet tall, and he gets them across daily. So there's
Jesus
people that are jumping the
Christ.
wall right on the Pacific coast.
Fucking, they should rename that show. What is it? American Ninja Warrior. Mexican Ninja Warrior out here. Yeah. If you can make it to the end, you get your free green card
Right?
for America.
Just put a camera down there and start filming.
Right.
I don't know.
They need the Japanese announcer for that shit though, dude. Have you ever seen that? The
Koro-san.
Supreme MX or
Yeah,
whatever.
or
it is?
that
yeah.
show.
Late
MXC.
night T.
Yeah,
MXC, that's in his most extreme elimination, man. That shit
Yeah.
was the best, man.
Oh, no,
Guy
no, no, no.
LaDouche. Guy LaDouche was the guy's name.
Oh no, he's gonna put up the ladder.
Yeah, guy
Well, they
with
also
the-
had that dude from what's the TV show? Community, whatever. Wasn't he on there too?
Was he?
Yeah, he was one of the announcers, and so was the guy.
That's gotta be too new for me.
No, remember he had like Talk Soup.
Oh, that's
Chris.
Joel McHale.
Yeah, he was a fucking he did that show for a little bit, and then the guy from Community. Yeah, I think that still is Joe McHale.
That's
right?
the guy from Community.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So he was doing that shit too. He was like the colored commentary guy.
Yeah, the people on that show I thought were white, the announcers.
Well, it was
the
recorded.
the OG
it was
one.
recorded in Japanese, right?
Yeah, so they had
And
to
then
announce
on late
over
night
It's just a
TV in
voiceover.
America, they would voice over it with totally inappropriate and
Oh fuck!
yeah,
Like they would show up like, I'm Suki, I'm here to win.
Yeah.
Whee! And then they just get fucking taken out instantly.
Oh, fuck.
Here comes the crane ball. Boom!
some poor broad gets hit 3 times in the fucking head with the
Right.
spring loaded action, dude.
And some of those people ate shit so fucking hard.
So the closest I've been to Mexico is Sicario, the movie. But is it true, like when you're trying to cross the border, like do people panhandle, come up right up to your car and like just sell shit and?
When you're crossing the border back into America, yeah, they do. Because when you're
On the other side, there's all these Americans like, hey, hey, bitch, you want this leather stamp? I'm like, what's going on here? Like,
when you're driving down to Mexico, there's no
Chiclets,
fucking line. You just
$500
drive
more.
on through. But you want to get from Mexico back to the United States, yeah, the line can be as long as 4 hours.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
Did you buy the express pass?
yeah, I have the express pass now because it's a pain in the ass if you don't.
Is it really that bad to have the express pass? Like, is it a hassle? Like,
So you have to. They interview you and stuff. So it's like.
what was that like?
$180. They go in. They ask. You,
$180, like
they
non-refundable.
start off, they go, oh, you're like,
Non-refundable, $200 non-refundable to go speak to some dude that says like.
But your global entry is good for 7 years. So it's $180, but then it's good for 7 years.
Yeah, but you're putting $200 down, but you may not get this entry though, right?
It's like $20 a year,
It's
Joe.
pretty much guaranteed unless you have a felony. So
how the fuck did you get in?
Joe?
Yeah.
All right, so but you still have to go interview. What are the questions? What do they ask you? Shit.
They'll ask,
How wide is your asshole?
yeah. They ask
Can
him,
you
"When
get
did
this
last
in your
bleach it?"
ass?
All right,
Right,
bend
exactly.
over. Let's
Right.
confirm.
Yep, it is red. The curtains match the drapes. Right, we're
It's
good.
like MIB. Who would you shoot? It's like the baby has some drugs in his asshole.
Most of the time, they just ask you what's your name, date of birth, all that stuff, making sure that you match what's on your actual documentation so that you're not lying or anything like that. Then you ask you, have you had any felonies? Have you had any misdemeanors? When was the last one? They'll ask you how many years ago it was. They want to know your background, basically. Do you own a business?
Shouldn't they already know that though? I mean, it's the government.
Most of the time, they're really just trying to make sure that they're not catching you in a lie.
Yeah, it's just questions like what cops do, man. They just ask you questions to see how you.
They'll ask you the same question 3
So
times.
like
in
see
3
how
they
different
already
ways.
know the answers. By the way, people getting pulled over, they already know.
Basically.
You been drinking tonight? Yes. I saw you pull out of the par.
Yeah,
Of
but
course
they're,
I've been
but they're
drinking.
listening. But they're listening to your how you respond precisely to the questions. Like,
So
are you
misdemeanors
slurring-
don't.
Are you slurring speech, things like that? So like that's what the same guys that do TSA and whatnot, these guys that do customs, they're just listening to how nervous you are. They're listening to, do you change your story?
What about how pissed off you are?
If you get irate, like that's also a response that someone that's guilty does too, right?
My old man had to go get. He had to go to the special room.
I got the special room coming back from Mexico in September, man.
Oh
You
really?
did?
Yeah.
No, not too long ago, right?
Yeah, in September. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you're irate.
I call
you
it
almost
having
drowned.
a beard. You know, that's all it takes for them to pull you aside. It's insane.
What
My
did you say?
passport,
Like
having a beard,
So I should shave before I go down there.
definitely. Yeah, and don't travel by yourself. You know, bring your wife or bring.
I'll
someone
bring the
with you.
kids and everybody.
Yeah. So it's wild, dude. Because like my passport, when they run it, they have all the information, right? They scan that passport and it shows them everything.
Yeah.
I have no record. I don't even have a ticket, right? On my record, 0.
I mean, I got a DUI, but
So, but they still wanted to fucking run my information because I don't know if it was too clean for them, where they were like, or if it was my appearance or what. But they ran my shit, dude, and they swabbed my fucking feet.
Jesus Christ.
They like folded my shoes. They like folded my shoes all up. They like pulled all of my shit out of my bags in front of everybody, dude. It was embarrassing. No one could board the plane until they had me satisfied.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
God damn.
Swabbed his feet.
The worst
Like,
thing.
yeah, that's fucking
The worst thing I had, I think
What's
the only
going on
only reason we got through
I had a weird
Greece.
boner too, and they were trying to pat me down.
Swab
for
the
that.
dick.
Like, what's that?
Swab it.
So we were coming back home from Greece. We randomly, me and my wife got pulled to the side.
For having a beard?
And they were just randomly being like, can you verify?
He goes, "Assalamu alaikum."
Can you verify your Can you verify your
This
address?
motherfucker look a little.
Can you verify your date of birth? And
Mr. Regoli, can you please remove your turban?
I think the only reason we got through is because we could verify our address because nobody can say Coeur d'Alene or Kootenai. They're like, what county are you from? Or like, what state? Idaho? What county? Kootenai? And they're looking at it like, that's how you say that.
They just want to know how to say it. That's what it came down to. Like, we don't know,
What
man.
city?
Call them.
Coeur d'Alene? Oh, yeah, they're good.
They're looking to see if he slurs that shit because it's too many syllables for them to understand.
They're French. They ain't doing shit. Move them on. Move along. Let's go. But, oh, my God. The worst delay ever coming back and hangover I've ever had in my life. Like, I was literally in JFK Airport, shithole airport.
One of the worst airports on the planet.
Go
dude.
to Atlanta if you can. I was literally trying to steal people's.
Atlanta.
Yeah, I was literally trying to steal people's bottles of water. Just
go
trying
to LaGuardia,
hydrate.
dude.
Yeah, oh my God, it was
Just
horrible.
buy one, you fucking cheap
You
son
can't.
of a
You're in
bitch.
customs. The custom line is like fucking huge, like Auschwitz out here, but better. You know what I'm saying? Like this is fucking.
Auschwitz?
Yeah, that thing. You know, what I'm saying? There's like people everywhere. It's like Disney World. Like goddamn, like lines for days.
It's like Disney World in Auschwitz, he says.
How many
That's a
little
hot
kids
take.
getting fucking gas, son?
That's
You
a hot
know.
take.
Yeah,
It's
right?
like how do
Cut
I,
it.
like
Clip it.
like how do I get to the front of this shit? I'm trying to go back to Idaho. Like fuck, I'm not here from like fucking. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on,
Are you
man. let's go.
Ethiopian over here?
And then they had the line open.
Peanut
It was
butter,
like-
you know?
We're already getting clipped.
And it literally had the line open. It was like, if you are American, come here. But they closed that line down. That's how packed it was. It was so packed they closed down the passport fast travel lane. But I've always seen those fast travel lanes, even in airports, where it's like you're sitting there in security, and here comes this douchebag. Just nobody's in line. He just comes walking in, just walks right through. And I'm asking my wife, why? What are we doing? How? He's like, oh, he just filled out something online before he. Why are we doing this?
Totally
then?
worth it, by the way.
Yes.
It costs you money, but it's totally worth it.
Yeah, the
And
TSA pre-check. It's awesome.
She's like, it'll probably be like $20. I was expecting like $200.
Hey, if it was $100, man, I'm filling that shit out. Fuck
Right.
that.
It's gotta be
$80
super
for
cheap.
5 years.
Yeah.
$80 for 5 years to go through like the passport,
Totally worth it.
the like
Yeah.
the fast
100%.
lane.
Yep. Because I have it. They actually extended mine because of COVID.
So you don't have to wait in line, kind of
Fuck
shit.
no, and I don't have to take my shoes off.
Oh my
I
god.
don't have to take my laptop out of my bag.
Listen,
It's
this
all
bougie
just-
motherfucker,
Yeah,
dude.
right?
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you are the whitest.
Fucking ginger ass motherfucker over here. Like, he ain't doing shit besides growing potatoes back for his home country.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
it's given to him.
They're like, what's the last thing Ireland's ever done? That was a long time ago. They're not conquering shit.
So looking at him like, I didn't know Conor McGregor, huh?
You guys don't got any oil. You're fine.
Yeah. Live on a fucking rock, son. House is made of stucco and fucking rocks.
They've been through enough shit. Just let them pass.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
exactly.
fine. Come on through, laddie. You like soccer, eh?
They want a little sucker too. Go to
Football.
Oh my
Like a
god.
little football. Hashtag
Fucking-
Wales. Yeah, bring
Fucking
them out.
even the airports.
Manchester
Are,
United, dude. Let's go.
even the airports are racist. You know,
Damn right there.
You
They have to
fucking
be.
know they are, dude.
they got to be.
Like
Airports have to racially profile everyone.
of course.
Fuck yeah.
Now you say it out loud, it makes you sound like the bad
Oh, they
person.
definitely,
but
they
they
definitely,
fucking are, dude.
they definitely profile people, dude.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
my buddy was telling me when we went up to Canada for the first time. I'd never been to Canada before. Well, since I was a kid, and he told me when we go up there,
60 minutes away.
He's from there, dude. You know, he's from there, and he tells me, he goes,
It's about time you get to
go-
Kennedy.
he goes, just because you have a beard, they're gonna want to search the vehicle. And I was like, really? So he pulled up. They want to search the vehicle, dude. Now, thank God, my wife like keeps.
You're all shaving real quick. What the fuck? No. I'm
yeah,
good.
no
I'm
shit. I'm
not-
halfway
got-
through shaving with a straight razor. Going
He's got
through.
half a beard off. I can't look left, bro. That's all.
Yeah,
shave the driver's side.
got that question mark joint, dude. Like just half and half. No, and they seriously, they did search the vehicle, dude. It's wild. And the guy even told me, he said, hey, he's like, you know what? I don't know if you know, but like you have nothing on here.
So why are you stopping me then?
That's what I asked him. I was like, well, why are we being searched? He's like, it's
'Cause
totally,
you got a beard.
It's totally random, supposedly. And Donnie told me before we even rolled up, he's like, even though I'm a citizen and even though you have no record,
Is this Donnie, the sailboat Donnie?
yeah.
Oh my god. He's
So that looks even more fishy, though.
We
if
should
you're
get
going
Donnie
back
on the
with an
podcast, by the way. Did you,
is he out of Hawaii?
yeah, he is.
Oh God.
Yeah, he's
Reach out, get him.
That's a great idea. Actually, Donnie would love this shit. That guy has some fucking stories too. Canadian military, like
He's a Mountie.
no, he was a Navy, Canadian Navy.
They don't have a Navy.
They don't have a Navy
He
in
was
there.
a
What
diver.
the fuck they
Navy
doing?
He was a diver.
Yeah, he's diving in some Mountie's
That's true,
ass.
he did dive.
Seaman.
No, he did. No, he was a diver in a diver training too.
Yeah, they rode fucking seahorses. What are you talking
There you go. Yeah. The mythical seahorse. There he is.
Oh,
That's probably their fucking.
that's where you find the best syrup.
That's Canada's state state fish seahorse.
about? Yeah, there you go.
Seahorse.
That's fucking great, dude.
Fucking Canada.
He's over there looking. What's that show that's on A&E, like Longfellow's Gold or whatever? They're all
No one
looking.
watches TV
Oh.
except for you, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
I don't even watch TV.
What are you
I've
talking
seen
about?
it.
A&E?
Wait, are you
There you
like,
go, A&E. I can't even say the words right, and you're fucking asking me. Oh, he
A&E?
watches TV.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
They have that one island in
Yeah,
Canada,
yeah.
the Curse of something island.
Yeah, and they're like digging in these
Curse of
fucking
Oak
holes.
Island?
There it is. See, you fucking know.
Yeah.
They already dug it up, bro.
They never found
They
it.
thought like Noah's Ark was, or not, the Ark of the Covenant
The
was
Ark
down
of
there
the Covenant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it had radiation and shit down there.
Well, they're just because one of the fucking
It's probably like what's
the
that shit?
Spaniards made it up there, and they
Oh no, it wasn't the Spaniards, bro.
all the shit with the gold. Yeah, it
The
was.
Spaniard was, if it wasn't for like Italians, there wouldn't even be the Spaniards. It was
Oh,
the Vikings,
fuck.
the
Here we go.
Italians.
Listen to this fucking.
This
guy.
asshole can't even make a boat, dude. What the fuck are you
Chinese.
talking about?
If it wasn't for the Italians, there wouldn't be pizza. You know.
Okay. Okay, the Spaniards had the greatest armada ever, but they got
Negative.
beat by the British.
No. The
Because-
Norwegians.
Because the
Scandinavian
British know how
people-
to sail because they live on an island.
Thank you, Scandinavians is the
The
word I was looking for.
Scandinavian-
Same
The
reason we got our
Scandinavians-
ass beat in the Pacific because the Japanese know how to sail.
The Scandinavians came to
Kamikaze.
came to America but way before anybody else, dude.
Supposedly,
On boat? Are
to
you
your
kidding
Scandinavian woke culture out there, yeah, probably
me?
they
The
did.
Scandinavian woke culture. Racist.
The people who
you
came
know?
to America first was the Chinese because they crossed that fucking. They got away from them
be the
dynasties out
Russians,
there.
dude, right?
They're like, I'm tired of making rice.
Spices, baby.
I'm coming across from Alaska and I'm coming down the fucking
Yeah, the land bridge between
the
Russia,
land bridge. Yeah, yeah.
between Russia,
Yeah.
not China and America.
But however,
He doesn't know.
so
It's all- it's
I'll
all
bring this
Asia.
up. Okay, I'll bring this up. Okay, I just found out the other day
You're gay.
that there, that there are
Just
parts.
discovered it.
There are
in the
parts
closet.
of like the
just came out,
the
bro.
Grand Canyon you cannot fly over.
Why is that?
Nor, I'll get there, but maybe it's not true or not.
Not true right off the bat.
Nor can you visit.
I watched fucking Evil Knievel try to fly over that bitch. What the fuck are you
But
talking about?
Clint Evil, dude. The Clint Evil.
Clint Evil's.
There is an archaeologist that has claimed that they have found Egyptian mummies and artifacts in the Grand Canyon.
No.
And what they're saying is there is a wormhole in the Grand Canyon that connects Egypt to the Grand Canyon.
Okay.
And
A
so
wormhole.
yeah, basically like,
Wormholes in space, son.
so there's a theory, a conspiracy theory out there, like you can walk the Grand Canyon and end up in Africa.
Wormholes
Kind of
wormholes aren't in space. It's just a physics.
It's just a thing, like it's
anomaly.
just like
An
yeah,
anomaly
like,
that usually attaches
Well, that's
to
what the-
dark matter,
that's
which
what
is
the-
usually
Associates
in
with
space.
it's just a layer
Yeah.
on another layer, and then it, kind of thing. But the thing is,
Well, it has to do with density, actually.
so
right?
there's a conspiracy out there that's saying that you can walk the Grand Canyon and end up in Africa. And so when Pangea was about, they thought like the Egyptians were they're claiming that the Egyptians have been around longer than we have thought, when like the world was one known island,
One single continent.
one continent. What was it, Pangea?
It's a big-
called
it's a big
Pangea.
island.
That or there
Yeah.
is
It's a bigger island.
that or
It's the
there's
big
a,
island of the United
there's
States.
there's a fucking cave in the Grand Canyon, which is an anomaly in itself. It has its own fucking weather pattern and system. It like snows. It's huge. It's
inside
like,
the cave.
it's no, it's just the
It's
Grand
like fucking Lost
Grand-
World or whatever that
the
show's
Grand
called,
Canyon is
where
just
fucking-
different. Like it's just
Lost?
a weird weird
they're-
experience. But like, okay, so the way it starts off is this
with that
archaeologist.
comedian. What the fuck's his name?
This archaeologist comes out. It's like 1800s or whatever, and he sees like these caves up top, right? And he stops in the Columbia, or the what's the river, the Colorado River now, not at the time probably, and he somehow summits the Grand Canyon to these caves, and he walks into the caves, and he walks for miles into these caves, and he finds like not only mummies, and hieroglyphics, but he finds like pyramids and shit.
I mean, mummification happened in South America too.
Like, if you were like to Google this, there are no-fly zones over certain parts of the Grand Canyon. There are areas you cannot go to in the Grand Canyon, probably because of safety, but that's what they'll say. That's a canyon. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Well, walk down, walk up. Come on. Not that hard. But
So why can't you fly over the Grand Canyon?
but I'm just saying, like, let's just say this.
Survey it, I guess.
I don't know. Like, there are if Miles pulls it up, there are 6 no-fly zones over the Grand Canyon you cannot fly over.
Could they just be military installations?
Could be,
This
or
sounds like fucking a Will Ferrell movie.
or how about this? What if somebody came out and said that, hey, we found hieroglyphics and Egyptian mummies in the Grand Canyon? Would that not change your perspective of like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, not necessarily, because
So they
the
think
Grand
you
Canyon was carved in because of the Great Flood.
No.
Yes.
What great flood, bitch? Fuck you talking about? The Great Missoula flood? That's up here? You fucking Pangea having it?
Pangea, motherfucker. So
That was
is there,
way after Pangea, just so you know.
No. So if there's a way that if in Egypt they had grass and a water system,
They
and
did.
everything
It's
else,
called the Nile. It was huge. They had abundance.
Nile,
of
you right in the nose.
Oh my god.
My
this
dick.
motherfucker.
But
Fresh
just
water,
say
baby.
it's just like a fucking
Fresh, shout out fresh water, dude.
hashtag not a sponsor.
Hashtag not a sponsor, dude.
It's just like saying a fucking a letter in a bottle. You throw it and it fucking gets wherever it's gonna go. Who
Well, I'm
knows?
just
if
saying-
you're mummified
I'm just saying
and you're
if-
done right,
if,
son, and
if-
then you get up into the fucking canyons, the Grand Canyons, and you get found, it's possible. It's plausible.
I'm just saying if like that
Your
TV was
bullshit.
hooked up, which is not, but if Miles were to Google it right now, if you type in Egyptian artifacts in Google in the Grand Canyon, it'll pop up right now. It's like one of the hottest topics right now, and people are like, "What the fuck's going
This
on?"
guy with
Like,
hot takes.
like, how the fuck is this even possible? But
I'm just all I want to know.
but
All
that
I want to know.
explains-
All I
be
want to
native.
know, Joe, is are you walking through it?
I would
Okay.
totally walk through that shit because I just started watching that.
I mean, I don't understand how you make the Grand Canyon when Joe's already said rocks float.
Who's the guy that plays Thanos? What's his name? Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin.
I'm just watching that movie called Outer Ranch, and he falls through there's like this mysterious hole on his ranch, and he just fell through it. No spoilers, but yeah.
So you're talking wormhole or are you talking black holes?
I don't know what it is. Nobody can explain right now like how there are Egyptian hieroglyphs and mummies in the Grand Canyon.
I mean, I haven't heard anything about it, so I haven't.
Yeah, I haven't seen
There's a reason, David, because you're not woke, bro. You're not woke in the right
yeah.
sense.
Hey, next time we're down in Mexico, you need to do that ayahuasca, dude. Then you'll understand.
Well,
Yeah.
it's kind of
Just
weird
smoke a
though.
little
Like,
peyote.
well, think about it.
I'm
Like,
down if you're down.
All right.
you go to
I'm
Micah.
in if
You go to
you're in,
Michael. You go to Micah
Let's all
Picchu.
go on a little
right?
seance.
You go to Micah Picchu. You go anywhere in the South African
Say Micah Picchu?
Machu Picchu.
South
He's
American
naming it after his son
continent-
now.
South American continents.
Micah Picchu?
There's pyramids, right?
Machu Picchu?
Yes,
There's
The
pyramids.
ziggurats.
Like,
But-
so why are there like? So
their-
it kind of
their
makes sense
pyramids are a
because it's
different
south of the fucking Grand Canyon, right? There's no pyramids in North America that yet we have discovered. All the pyramids that have been discovered are in the south.
They discovered.
And by the way, there are more
pyramid.
pyramids in Sudan than any other country ever.
They discovered
kinda
it
weird.
in. It's like Mexico City is like where present. That's today. Used to be is where Tenochtitlan, which is the head of the Aztecan Empire, that was the biggest city in the world at the time when it was first discovered. And
And they're like 2 miles up, dude. It's
then,
fucking ridiculously up there.
That's
So
why the
they-
NFL don't play there
so
anymore.
in the heart of Mexico City, they were doing an archaeological site on there, and they found an underground pyramid as well. So it was underground, so it's completely covered up, but it used to be in Tenochtitlan.
That's so weird.
Yeah, there's underground cities that they found, and they continue to find them in Mexico. It's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
and I'll say this out loud, but I've never read the book. But you know where pyramids aren't mentioned,
What?
unless it's probably Egyptian and Exodus, Bible.
Yeah, I could see that.
it's not necessarily true.
Where they're not.
Because
Wait, say
when-
that one more time. Where
because when-
they're not mentioned in the
They're
Bible.
not
you
mentioned.
said?
I've never read
The word-
I've
you mean the
never-
word
unless
pyramid
unless it's
is
an
not-
exact like a pyramid type.
But what do you think a
structure.
temple is?
Yeah. How about the Tower of Babel? Have you ever read that?
Well, the Temple of Babylon is. I wouldn't necessarily say it was a pyramid, though. I would.
So it's a skyscraper in history.
It's well.
Just randomly,
Well,
just like you get the fucking what's the joint in the
as
in
a-
Dubai? Get the fucking tallest tower in fucking
Burj
Dubai.
Khalifa?
Well, as a,
Yeah.
Wiz
think-
Khalifa?
I
The
think as
birds.
the Freemasons
Speaking of whiz.
experimented as
the
a
whiz off the
stairway,
top of it.
and there's 13 stairways, and it's the 13 steps that Christ made before he got crucified, or it's either 13 or 14 points. And when you become a Freemason, become a Grand Mason, you have to go through each point that Christ went through, and it's the Babylon climb, which is a.
It doesn't end in crucifixion, does it?
No,
Okay.
as I know of, because my dad hasn't been
Because he hasn't
crucified.
made it yet.
But
He's one step away. He's like, I'm just gonna wait.
the point
I'm
the
just gonna
point
wait for
is
the last
the
one.
Point
point
that one out a little bit.
I'm gonna say it's 12 steps.
the point being
It's
though
12-step program, bro.
There it is. The point being, it's not necessarily it's not a pyramid. It's a stairway. That's how the Bible I experienced.
What Babel is? A stairway?
The Temple of Babylon. Yes.
Hashtag Led Zeppelin.
It's a tower. It's not just a temple. It's a tower of Babel. Is what
Yeah,
the
but a
description
tower
is.
would have stairs in it, right?
No, if it's an elevator, bro. Fuck ADA.
But however,
would a pyramid not have stairs?
I don't know. I've never.
Zip lines.
I would not say a pyramid does not have stairs. Why?
Well, the ziggurats in South America have stairs, right?
They look like stairs
Well,
because
no, they definitely have stairs.
yeah,
on
because
them.
they walk up to the top and
Yeah.
crucify the person's head off.
In order to
Mhm.
get to like a burial part of a pyramid, I feel like there'd have to be some stairs of some sort. How tall are those things? Like if I were to Google it, how tall do you think those bricks are? Are they tall enough to be able to
Like
to-
how tall is a
Each
pyramid?
individual one for a
Talking about the
pyramid.
South American ones?
No, I'm talking about in Egypt.
Dude,
like,
you got the sticks.
Oh,
pull
dude,
it
they're
up.
like 10
You
feet,
got Wi-Fi, like
10
pull up,
feet,
like
20
that.
feet tall. Like they're
Oh.
fucking stones, man.
I would guess 10 or 12 feet.
Probably like this drywall, 8
First-
feet by 4 feet.
I thought they were more like 4 or 5 feet tall.
No, they're bigger than
Each
that.
block going up.
Oh, the blocks are way
Because
bigger than
they
that,
show
yeah.
like people that are like 6 feet next to like a single stone.
Yeah, it shows them carrying or not carrying. That'd be
Well,
fucking ridiculous.
the other cool thing
shows them pulling those stones, and the human beings that are pulling those stones are like a third or maybe at most a half the size of those stones.
Yeah.
In depiction. So if those are
Well, no,
I would say they're pretty small stones.
I know when you look
They're
at the
probably
cross
like that.
section,
They're probably like that board.
in a
'cause
lot
they're
of
huge.
textbooks, when you look at the cross sections of pyramids, though, they have the big stones, and then they have smaller stones, and then they have the final cut, which is the flat slats to actually make a full pyramid that's completely perfectly smooth. They just never completed any pyramid to actually do that, right? But there were 3 different layers of bricks.
Yeah. The other fascinating point is they found out in we talked about in another podcast that in air is they found a bunch of copper spools in these pyramids, and the only thing that
that's
used
interesting.
the only thing you use these spools for is to generate electricity. So they thought that the purpose of the pyramid is it's south on all sides of the sun, pretty much. So when you hang solar panels, when you go to get solar panels, you want to put them on the south side of your house, right? Because the sun's always directly hitting it. Well, in the pyramid in Egypt, it's always hitting on
I've
all
always
sides.
learned that the sun rises from the east and sets in the west.
Yeah, a cool story, bro.
So that would depend on where your house was at, right? And how it's fucking
Well,
facing.
the sun doesn't go exactly east to west, right? Because the
Earth
Earth is on
rotates, bro.
Earth is on a, but Earth is
Understandably, but
also on,
if
Earth
you,
is also on a tilt.
if you look at the equator,
Inquators.
Inquisition, it's all gonna
Look at Spaniards.
right. Fucking bring it back. It's all gonna depend on where your house is at and how it's located. But yes,
Yeah, that's true. So
but
pyramids,
yes, you're not wrong.
pyramids looking at 60 inches tall
Per stone?
per brick. Yeah,
That's pretty cool. That's interesting. That's what 60 divided by 12 is what?
5.
it's 5 and
5
change,
feet?
Yeah,
So it's about a drywall, 4. So it's a little bit higher than a drywall.
6 inches fucking shorter than me.
Yeah. Goddamn.
Yeah.
So anyway, they thought
the only win
they
Aaron's
thought
ever had.
the
versus his height.
pyramids just generated
We're stud at. I'm gonna tell you.
they
it's
had
nuts.
solar panel energy, and they just generated energy with this copper wiring. They can't explain what this they're kind of going from the belief that like, why would you build this fucking shit for some dude to bury him in? Just throw his ass in the fucking Nile in the Mediterranean and move on.
There's way more
Like-
intriguing things about it than that, dude. Like how they're lined up specifically.
Yeah.
The construction itself, them being constructed in a manner that's like impossible for the tools of the generation.
Yeah, like, and I always like.
I would believe in that way more than
if
a
you look at
than a wormhole.
if you watch Armageddon, right? There's a scene where Bruce Willis walks through Apollo 1. I think it's Apollo 1. They still have, or it could be Apollo 30 or
An
not
old
13.
spaceship, you're saying?
Apollo 11. Yeah, the old Apollo is where they used to launch them out, right? So there's a scene in Armageddon where Bruce Willis walks through to talk to his daughter, be like, all right, Liv Tyler, I'm going to go up in space and I'm going to save the world because I'm Bruce Willis kind of thing. And it gives it's Apollo 1 because I remember because the camera pans on to the memorial there and it says to the crew of Apollo 1 that died in the fire, blah, 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 here you are. But if you look at how it's structured, it's all steel, right? But it's the same structure as a Stonehenge. Literally, it's round, pillars. And I'm like, the Stonehenge was just so like they land their fucking, like they had the rocket so they could just fucking leave kind of thing. Kind of, it's like.
What?
That's a huge reach.
The fuck are you talking about right now?
Out here reaching, dude. Towards that fucking
so like
hoop.
the Stonehenge, right? It's like, it's round. Nobody knows where it came from. It's round. It stands up on stones.
All right, do you think it's one? Do you think Stonehenge is one stone?
No, Apollo 1, bro, is the name of the fucking rocket.
Okay, you're talking about Stonehenge right now. Like Stonehenge is one and it's round. It's what you just said.
No. I'm
Bring
saying.
it back.
I was saying like the way they would line up the Apollo rockets was in this round steel column that is shaped exactly like the Stonehenge. So it's probably like this dude that was smarter than everybody. Landed.
You're gonna have to paint this picture a little more, buddy.
Pull it up on the screen. Like, no, I'm just.
Hey, Jamie, can we get that on the screen real fast?
Okay. So describe to me what you think the Stonehenge looks like.
A calendar or a clock.
With multiple rocks around it.
Yeah, it looks like a.
And some of them have cross members over the top of them, so like almost like an archway. Then some of them are single.
So like there's stone pillars that stand up, and there's others that lay across
Some
in a
of them.
circle, right?
Give or take.
Yes. Is that how you view it too? Yeah. How do you view the Stonehenge?
But how do you view a fucking rocket ship taking off? Because this is what I'm getting confused.
Okay, so
We're
what
going
I'm
from
saying,
stones to rocket ships, fucking real
Rocks
quick,
float,
dude.
bro. Joe said it earlier.
when you go to the old Apollo missions, they didn't have the fucking boosters on the side. It was just one solo rocket. So the way they would like solidify the rocket,
Yeah, and the tower would fall over and
structure.
break, and then it would shoot off.
Yes, but the way they would make sure that the bottom part would just structure out in the blast zone, it's kind of like a muzzle of a barrel from a rifle. They would design it right so like the blast when it just shoot the fucking rocket off. It's got to go somewhere, right? So like when you shoot a gun, it comes back. But if you modify the barrel to make the explosion goes out to the side, it doesn't kick back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bullshit.
So
You're
the
telling
same
me if
thing-
you shoot a musket, it's
Oh
not
my
going to kick back? That's what you
Jesus
just said to me.
I didn't say
if it's
musket.
wider at the fucking end when you shoot it, it's not going to kick back.
I'm just saying like the technology at the time is like more advanced than like.
I think again.
So science knew like at the time like okay
Right, but but you're still getting kick.
Pull your mic towards your face there, David.
So you're gonna get some kick, right?
4 or 5 inches.
So you're gonna get some kick.
Like
right?
when you stay with me. Like when you come over.
4 or 5 inches, but you stay with me.
The
Baby.
couch is too comfy. So you're gonna get some kick, right? You got
Casting
you got the Apollo rocket. You got the Apollo rocket sitting up there, right? It's standing up straight. It's on the thing. It's getting all its fucking
Took the blue
oxygen,
pill.
right?
Who made the rocket, Joe?
It's getting all that shit in there.
Ancient aliens.
But when it fires
it's all
off,
about.
right? It's got so
Abraham.
much thrust pouring out the back of it.
Mm-hmm.
It has to disperse somewhere, like a muzzle brake. So it breaks out to the sides,
Well, it's also why you
kind of like the Stonehenge.
Because if you shot that rocket and say you're 1,000 feet up in the air without the propulsion coming out of
We're
it,
just talking about on the ground, bro.
yeah, that's why you want it close to the ground because that's what gives you your lift.
I'm saying on air right now, the Stonehenge was for some smarter civilization to figure out to get their fucking rocket.
So the
lifted up,
Stonehenge,
right?
the Stonehenge and Easter Island, both right, both mysteries. Mm-hmm. They both have astrological coincidences.
Same as the pyramids.
Same as the pyramids. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm trying to illustrate here. So it's like these people knew something. How do they align these? First of all, how they build the things, right? Which no one can describe. How, like Easter Island, how the fuck do they get the rocks onto an island, dude?
Well, that's the other thing too with Easter Island. Going to that is it used to be a flourishing island full of wildlife and trees,
right?
And they said that the 2 tribes that were on there decimated themselves and took down all the trees.
Genocide didn't exist till the 1940s, dude. You know
That's
No.
That's white man's theory.
No, not like decimated as in like I'm going to control a population. It was like 2 tribes. They went after it for hundreds of years, cut down all the fucking trees, killed all the animals. There's nothing left on that fucking
And then let's
island.
bury it.
But still, those rocks though, the rocks when they do the little what are they called? The not carbon dating, but they do like the science shit on them. Those rocks don't originate from that island.
I'll come back to carbon dating, but I got
They came from Joe's rocket.
got a question.
So when they look at all this shit and they these things specifically line up with stars without telescopes, which is fucking insane. So I think in the coincidence of the things astrologically lining up is way more plausible.
Agreed.
Than wormholes and rocket ships and fucking.
Well, I think it all plays into itself because what's that? Is it Brazil or somewhere in South America where they get that rock wall that's like perfectly lined with like Orion's belt, and they're saying like the lore behind it is there used to be 10-foot tall giants that move these rocks, and they're perfectly placed. Like I can't remember if it's Orion's belt, but it's something else.
There's some of those in India and Africa too, though, where there's these rooms that are exactly square, where it's impossible to fucking build these rooms out of rock,
right?
That are literally with 90-degree. Like we couldn't
etched, laser etched, and we don't even have the tech.
We couldn't do it now,
right?
And they're going like, "What the fuck?"
Dave, you got any insight on this shit? What's up?
Well,
have you been to a Mexican
hit a
pyramid?
joint 3 times and let me know what's going on.
Yeah, what'd your boys do back in the day?
Oh, my boys.
You boys.
My boys are probably like the byproduct of the aliens that once visited us.
He's like, I got an anal probe in me right now, son.
Exactly,
He's
right?
like, you don't even know. You don't even know.
No, there's also a room, like speaking of like different rooms around the world, like they found the crystal skulls.
Right.
They
Joe's rape room.
Can't figure out how the fuck the crystal skulls came about, the fact that they're spread all over the world.
They found 3 of them. Though,
I do.
thought.
Yeah.
Blame fucking Mr. Harrison Ford.
Dan Aykroyd's all over that shit, and he's got a vodka called Crystal Skulls, by the way.
And then there's a
which
room,
he purifies over crystal. And my brother's like, yeah, of course.
I
Why
can't
would you
remember.
not?
I think it's in
skulls.
Peru, but
It's
there's
carbon.
this room.
Peru,
that's,
thank you. That was the what I was trying to think of. Yes.
Okay.
But I said Brazil. Yeah.
So Peru has a room that's that
America,
has acoustics are so perfect.
Sorry, I knew you
it's
full
better
shit.
than the Carnegie Hall.
Pull your mic up a little bit, will you?
Yeah. So
Jeez, I can hear him. He's fine.
yeah, I can hear.
Yeah,
Yeah, oh,
yeah, but now he
damn.
sounds
Yelling at
crisp.
the mic, dude.
Now he sounds crisp.
He's got headsets on. As long as he can hear himself, he's fine.
free.
There you go. Anyways,
All right, we're in Peru
but
right
yeah.
now.
acoustics.
Take
But
me
yeah,
through Peru.
there's a room in Peru that's buried, and they can't figure out where the civilization came from. There's no markings in there that have any sort of language. Yet the room is so acoustically perfect, more perfect than anything we have in the world today. Better acoustics than even the Carnegie Hall if you were to look at a giant symphony room, and
It's where Black Sabbath wrote their first album, dude.
at 28 speed.
Ooh, you don't know shit. Stickman can't even pull shit up.
But still, it's like you watch that show Ancient Aliens, it circles back to a lot of things like what you're talking about. You think Stonehenge could be like some sort of old, archaic, like launching site, and I guess it's possible, right?
It could be easily the same thing as it was some kind of killing grounds, and it just
Exactly.
fucking was brought
sacrificial.
up that way. Thank you.
There's so many coincidences that have happened in
true.
ancient human history that there's definitely something out there that's probably visited us and
Well,
potentially influenced us.
The fact that the pyramids still can't be explained
Exactly. Yeah.
is one of those things where like you think, even as a from a Christian point of view, like you still look at the pyramids, dude, and you go like, what the fuck, dude?
But the fact too,
Well, even
the
in-
fact that you realize there's more.
You
than
want to think that 1 million Hebrews built these pyramids,
There's-
dude? And it's
there's
like
m-
even with all that manpower,
People
like
have died.
how the fuck would you get those stones
But the thing
stacked like
too
that
is
exactly
like,
perfect?
once you realize there's more than 3 pyramids, there's like thousands of pyramids.
Right.
There's
So many cultures had different pyramids, but
That's why
even
they're
going
called the
to
Great Pyramids.
even going to like our
Makes sense.
like our timeline and our culture now, like trying to explain skinny jeans, right?
Yeah.
Can't do it.
pyramids of skinny jeans.
I mean,
you know?
motherfuckers still wear them, and they go away for a little bit, they come back, and you're like, okay, they're still a fucking
too
thing.
constricting,
You
dude.
can't get rid of them. Get off them. I mean, if your legs are only as big as your forearm, sure, I guess.
I didn't know
But
they were a thing. Like
It's aliens.
somehow.
Uh,
it's-
I
they
think
wore skinny jeans.
all aliens, yeah, because they're used to that spacesuit, son.
Fuck yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Tight.
one of the guys that works with me, dude, his waist is the exact same size as my thigh.
Skinny jeans all day.
Like figure that out, dude. I took his belt and I could barely put the belt around my fucking thigh.
it happens.
It's getting out of a noose
Is he
easy.
Is he trying to become an anime character?
You know what's funny too is anime character. You know, that's a poor impression.
I eat a piece of fish.
But he actually, he was a nomad in Egypt and the Middle East and shit, dude, which is even crazier before he worked with me. But he like stayed with all those fucking, I forget what they're called. There's like these religious zealots, man, that are there in Egypt.
Like druid type stuff?
Yeah, exactly, dude. And they're like little farmers with these huts and shit.
Mm-hmm.
There's a word for him, dude, and he stayed with them on the floor.
A lot
in a tent.
A lot of human history.
Jesus Christ.
A lot of human history has never been written down. It's been passed down specifically by telling tales.
Like
yeah, that's like
shit.
Right? So there are civilizations that we don't have technically recorded, but
Targaryens.
families,
You can see that even in the Bible, though, right?
Yeah.
So it's like so you'll see like in the Bible a ton of times where he says, "And so he said,"
yeah.
and so it was said, and things like that. Is because that's the way that they pass down
Exactly.
legacy, right?
Like orators were the historians. They told tales. And so there's a lot of histories out there that families going generations back know of certain stories, but because it's never been written down, it's never been treated as real. So there could be definitely like, here's a story for you. Here's a crazy one. Before the invention of the horse and sleigh, basically all of the tribes up in like upper Canada that would, like the Eskimos, ancient Eskimos, would communicate via telepathy. So
What?
Because the weather was so crazy. So the weather is so crazy that during the winter you can't really travel between each other, but there had to be some sort of like socialization and trade of goods. And
They
so
could
what
talk
they
through
did-
each other's minds.
And so they actually had a form of telepathy that they would talk to each other that way. And this has been passed down through ancient Eskimo history. But once the horse and sleigh and then dogs and bobsleds and stuff like that came about, eventually that ability to communicate telepathically actually ceased to exist because they stopped practicing it. But it's not written down anywhere.
That's fucking crazy. Like,
I have a friend that went to U of I. I was in one of my math classes, and she was Eskimo, and she told me that story that her great-grandma told her.
tell her she's full of shit.
She was like the least full of
You
shit.
about to be
but
full of some ginger, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding.
But it is. It's crazy, but it's like it is somewhat believable because there's a lot of meta science that we will never be able to explain until we've figured it out.
Or like to like survive those type of cultures and stuff is like that environment too.
Yeah. There's a ton of things that we just will every single day you're going to come across. Think about what we have on TikTok now, life hacks, right? There's all these people that have, tell me the most conscientious or tell me the one life hack that's become a conscious like
I'll give
part
you a
of your
life
day.
hack.
Big dicks in his mouth.
Aaron believes that when he gets back on. Go ahead. Go with what you're saying.
Anyways, you think about today and like on TikTok, people are like, oh, this is my life hack, right? This is what I do. And people are like, oh my God, I never thought about that before, right? And it was never written down anywhere. So yeah, no one ever thought about it, but it was like something they figured out. So a lot of that meta sort of science or just things that we have done as humans throughout history have never been written down. And so there's things that always fall through the cracks, including full civilizations. We know that Atlantis existed, but
We do?
well, we know like through the history of like
You wouldn't watch too much Disney Plus, bro. What are you talking-
that's my jam. We know that it could potentially have existed because there's like written tales and stories about the city of Atlantis that sunk into
City
the
of
water.
Gold.
Well, that's El Dorado.
El Dorado, dude.
Yeah,
One of the
That's
best,
not Atlantis.
one of the best
Cartoons
movies,
ever.
by the way, and
Yeah.
it's so underrated. And no one gives a fuck about it,
good
but it's
fucking
so
Disney
good.
hitting strong.
Yep.
What were you
Stars, not in a line. The fucking guy is so funny.
What were you saying, Joe?
We were talking about. He was talking about Eskimos that can communicate.
Eskimo brothers
They can communicate
EBDBB.
telepathically
have the B&B.
through their mind.
Yes,
Like
that's
certain
what it's called.
cultures have these things, and I was like, oh yeah, he believes that. Like,
But it's not written down anywhere. You can't really Google it or anything. And then someone
Well,
about it once.
They have research done on like telepathy between twins, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a real thing, dude. Like these guys can use both their understanding of, I say they and he or whatever. It doesn't matter what gender
She, it's
pronoun you use, but
dog.
they can anticipate from knowing. But even twins that that were separated at birth, have this proclivity to be able to read each other's minds, which is insane, dude.
Well, you got to think of their genes, right? Like they're fucking similar.
Yeah, but brothers and sisters can't do the same thing.
Well, I don't think that's true. I mean, I think to a point, like it's.
But I don't think brothers and sisters are the same thing, though. Well, as twins.
No, they're exactly the same thing. Damn
so,
minus a few chromosomes. I mean,
no, they're not. Not even close.
Brothers and sisters.
A twin.
It's the same blood.
A twin is an exact copy of said cell on cell. So why would?
How come they don't look exactly the same then?
They do. Twins do.
There's fraternal and identical.
Yeah, identical twins split from the same egg, and then fraternal twins are
they have two eggs in one.
So how come they look different though, dude?
That's the difference between but here's the thing.
Like I grew up, one of my best friends was
because the
twins.
eggs aren't separated from the same batch.
The difference between fraternal and identical is what we're talking about.
They shouldn't be called twins then. Put it that way.
No, they still are. But the same thing is like you also could have twins who are identical, and to someone who's good friends with them, they're going to look different because of mannerisms, how that person is. It separates them.
Over time, they could look a little different.
They might be the same, but their manners are going to change. What I was going to say to you, Miles, was it's like having a best friend that you grew up with forever, and it's like you know how he thinks, what he's gonna, or she, or you know what I mean. Like you know exactly what it's going to be. Like so, like telepathy, you look over at that motherfucker and be like, I know what you're thinking right now, bro. Like you don't even have to say.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like we do that though, right?
Right. Yeah. So I mean, now there's just a big difference if it's blood.
Because they missed it. What were you saying about the Eskimos though? So they can.
I heard it.
Eskimo brothers.
Basically Eskimos before the invention of a sleigh, before the invention of travel over snow. So ancient Eskimo
They just
culture,
drag their teeth.
They basically
snow?
Because at parts most of the year it's impossible to actually traverse without just walking straight up. So a lot of times in the middle of winter, they would communicate to each other telepathically. I had a friend in college that was in my math class, and she told me that like all those stories were passed down among her family and other Eskimo families. It's just like the technology is lost. Well, it's not technology, but the practice of actually communicating telepathically has been lost because once the sleigh existed, or the
practice was given up on.
My question would be what was the practice? What was the steps?
How did they learn to do that?
Yeah, teach somebody, or because if that was something going on through not necessarily just different families, but different tribes spread out through, I don't know, Canada and Alaska or whatever the case may be, where you have your Eskimos, is how did they learn to do that, and let alone train other people not from the same bloodline, different tribes to do that as well?
I guess since that practice is lost, I don't think we'll ever figure it out unless someone else knows the answer, right?
Right.
And probably the people that know the answer is probably some lady that's 97 years old and on her deathbed right now.
Right. Who's trying to say everything telepathically, and everyone's like, no one hears me. What the fuck?
Talking to an empty room.
Well,
right.
Dude,
I'm trying to order Uber Eats.
Right.
Damn it.
I have this conspiracy theory that Hollywood's always been trying to bring what the government, or maybe not government, like what people already know exists, like to be true. Like, okay, people can speak telepathically. There are other species on this world. Like,
well, I talked about you.
How do we let the masses know without going crazy? And my thought was always like Marvel movies. 100%.
I just told you this whole
modern gods through Marvel movies.
But we were talking when Tom DeLonge went on his rant.
Don't.
I gotta bring it up though, and he went on this whole thing about short story short. Government reached out to him because he's big in the aliens, blah, blah, blah. He met up some people. This is how the whole Academy of the Stars started, so on and so forth. But what he went on record saying was pretty much that over the next 10 years, what he's doing is pretty much exactly what you just said, releasing these videos, making movies and stuff of what the government's hiding, aliens, different species of aliens, so on and so forth. So when the encounter happens, if you will, air quotes, people are like, oh yeah, I watched that in a fucking movie.
Oh, there's soft opening people too.
Yeah, exactly. And
and they actually have a history of that too, though. Like, right?
No,
have you seen like the videos about like in the past 30 years, I would say, them opening up ideas. There's all these coincidences in movie history, like especially the past 30 years, where they talk about certain subjects and then like they end up happening, and people are like, oh. They have like kind of this fucking like surreal moment, like deja vu, like, oh, I already fucking know that, or I already.
Well, that's one of the things that come along the lines of, so like even look at Orson Welles and whatnot, and
oh, dude, don't even
the
don't
shit
even
that
open
he
that
was
book.
going into about just pure sci-fi, because you think of your mind, especially in a culture at the time that sci-fi was like, big ant creatures are coming to get me. Or there's a
the
robot.
War of the Worlds was like one of the
Exactly.
greatest moments in history
In
as far
all
as movie
radio,
and
cinema,
radio. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
But
People had no idea it was fake, man.
No.
And then all of a sudden, you just have the
'Cause
woo.
over the radio, they thought it
Yeah.
was real. Yeah,
because that's what you had. You only had the radio to listen to,
and it was
and so now as cinema's
And they
going,
didn't open it. They didn't open it as a
this is going right.
as a fictional
Yep.
thing. It was just here's what it is. There's
Exactly.
an alien invasion.
Yep. And so with that going on, and like tying to earpieces, and people not really like, some people might have the imagination, but you got to think in the early 1900s, people aren't thinking of these crazy things. It was like, you got to work on the farm and try to make food. You have to have 7 kids, 8 kids to run this fucking field just to support yourself, and maybe give one of these kids. You
Yeah, I'm
might
still
lose 2 or
practicing
3
to have 8 kids, though. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah.
Shooting blanks out here.
I'm out here still trying for 8 kids, man. Zero
Your
so
batting
far,
average right
but-
now is a fucking 0,
Yeah, it's
son, but you're
zilch,
hitting home
but-
runs every night. I see what
That's
you're doing.
right, dude.
Right. Fucking Aaron Judge out here. But just not knowing what's going on. And so as things go and more people get like their crazy shit out there for movies, like especially like in the 70s, 80s, cinema was amazing. All the crazy shit that was coming out. So who knows if like the government was also double downing and putting things out there too, compared to exactly what
What do you mean, like the
Blink
lunar landing?
182.
Is that what you're talking about?
Not necessarily that. I'm just saying more
I
of
don't
just
think-
any
I
kind
don't-
of sci-fi stuff. Like you got to think like the things that we talk about now, even on this podcast. If we talked about this 60 years ago, we'd all be fucking the Dungeons and Dragons guys. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
you fucking dumb shits. Like don't hang out with them. They're fucking weird. It's like, no, I just was thinking about this. You can't say that.
There's one potential real world example happening right now, and that's the Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Right.
Right.
Oh, that's the movie I was trying to think of with
Yeah.
fucking
So
Will Ferrell.
So right now,
That's what I was laughing
yeah.
about with
And
the,
there's multiple versions of that movie,
Grand Canyon
because
shit.
that was originally
Yeah,
a
it's-
book written back in what, like the 50s or
There's been 3 or 4 of them, right? I
Yeah.
feel like.
yeah. And so you have that movie, and now you have a TV show called La Brea where people fall through, and there's like this whole new world that they're in.
Right.
And so now people
yeah,
are
it's like
kind
people
of
that just kind of disappear into the ether. Like,
and now it takes this idea that maybe this is some sort of possibility. Well, when you think about the Earth, it's like so fucking dense. There's no fucking way. But they're starting to record a lot more of the deeper depths that we've never seen before.
Right.
And they're saying that there's chasms in there that actually could support life because there's a lot
It's
more
because,
water.
but then they
It's
also talk
because
about
they-
UFOs also being submergible, and a lot of people see encounters over the ocean, and why,
And there's
you see them diving into the ocean. So there's something down there, whether it's
yeah.
wormholes, and that's different areas like
The Bermuda Triangle.
well, that and like Marianas Trench. They're over in Japan. It's called the fuck. I wish Adam was here.
Is
the
it the
Japan Triangle or-
Sinai Peninsula, or
It's
the
or the Dragon Triangle. I think it's the Dragon
Yeah.
Triangle, which is just like the Bermuda, which is in between Korea, the Mariana Islands, and Japan. And it's the same. It's the same thing as the Bermuda Triangle, but it's like the Asian side of what the Bermuda Triangle is. So
Speaking of the Bermuda Triangle, is they measured weather patterns over it, and they were measuring air swells and how they circulate, and they don't actually go in a circle; they go in a hexagon.
Yeah,
Like what the fuck?
which is really strange.
well,
Fucking
nothing's
weather.
constant.
Because
over there.
if we know anything about when airstreams collide, they create a cyclical or like a
It's completely cyclical.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
cyclones and stuff like that that form into hurricanes.
well, even
Depends on
here,
what truck's pulling that though, because Airstream's kind of shit.
even here, like in where we're located in the U.S., like we have 2 predominant airstreams that collide here in the Washington in Idaho.
Pineapple
State.
Express.
Yeah, there's one
And-
coming in from the Pacific. Well,
Correct.
they're both coming from Pacific, but one's coming from the
The
Southern
Pacific and one coming from the
from
northern.
over Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Russia and then the warmer from Hawaii.
And what they
Bring
find
no geese.
and what happens is the wind can transform from coming from like the northeast to like the southeast or southwest to like but it forms a circle. It doesn't form any other sort of vehicle for that wind. That's kind of crazy to think about. Yeah, the Bermuda Triangle is like another anomaly.
And there's not many things physical or there's not many things in nature that create hard edges. There are some salts that create
Yeah, the
perfect
hard
cube
edge right here
blocks
for
and
you,
stuff
yeah,
like that.
bismuth. Bismuth is
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, bismuth. I would do another one. But then if you look at non-dense stuff, that's like wind. How the fuck does wind create a hexagon?
Joe's pretty dense though.
Yeah, or water.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Or
Something
water.
That's, something that's
Well,
more
water
fluid.
is a weird concept. I'll go back into water here, but I'm
It's
gonna
one of the weirdest.
Don't bring
I'm
up
gonna
rocks. Don't bring up rocks and water, please.
I'm gonna
Joe.
come back to the center of the universe type thing. So I
The
feel
center of
like
the universe or center of the earth.
center of the earth type
Okay.
thing. So I feel like that's
Our
coming
universe.
more to what's up? What's up, baby?
You got your shit came out.
Oh,
I know when it's happened on that one before.
It's right there.
all
It is
so
weird.
so the center of the earth was discovered in 1940.
Discovered.
There's an American
Bisquick.
pilot that went down,
Bisquick.
Not a sponsor.
like a colonel. I forget his name, but
Colonel Sanders.
I was
it
just
must
gonna say
be
that.
it must be coming to fruition now
crispy.
because so what happened? It was the belief that there was a Nazi base down in Antarctica,
Right.
and this
Probably still true.
Probably
this-
more
this-
of an alien
this,
base.
this pilot thought it was true.
Irish.
Like okay, hey,
Definitely
there's,
Irish.
hey, we need to go down here because
Can
not
we grow
only
potatoes there?
not only are the Nazis down there, but they have these
No
weird
famine for
flying
you.
ships down there, like
Yeah.
pyramid shaped, saucer shaped. Like there's shit going down here in the Antarctic that we need to go explore. And so said captain was like, got his team down there, and what ended up happening is he describes this whole story, and you've probably seen it on TikTok now, like people talking about his story. He's on Wikipedia. I forget his fucking name, but you just have to Google wiki
WikiLeaks.
captain that flew through the center of the earth, and he tells this whole story, but it was locked like the JFK files, right?
Okay.
So when he flew through and he told what he was seeing to command flying through this, because he was flying through the Arctic to bomb this Nazi base, he ends up in this other portal, like describing like there's trees, there's life down here,
Like,
like
in fucking portals.
what do we do kind of thing.
Wormholes everywhere.
And I'm not lying.
He's the
I'm-
crazy alien guy, but just
I'm dead
wormholes is
serious.
the answer.
Like type it in.
Was he
Well,
like
what he,
taking
yeah,
shrooms
what he,
and
so
shit?
he explained it.
So he explains it,
going.
right? So he tells like he describes his flight and what's going on. Nobody believes him because he's crazy,
Yeah.
right? He's like, this is fucking stupid. Like nobody's gonna believe this shit. But the fact is that more and more people are starting to pick up on this guy's story because of the internet, and it's been around forever. Like the
Right.
the center of the universe or the center of the earth has been around since the 40s. But the other part is Aaron will know about this because he knows more about aliens and what they're called than I will.
Argonians.
But as soon as we drop the bomb,
Skyrim, dude.
there are
Yeah,
these
100%.
blonde-haired, blue-eyed Thor-like creatures
Oh,
that are here to protect the world. And once-
Palladians.
yes, the Palladians were helping the Nazis because we had the bomb
No,
first.
Palladians were not helping the Nazis. You're getting that one reversed. The Palladians were so
the Palladians only came around until the atomic bomb was dropped.
not necessarily true. The Palladians are the Nordic race of aliens that live out in
Yes, and they were helping.
the
They
solar
were,
system that we can see H21, whatever it is,
So,
where Palladius, Star Palladius is from.
the Palladians didn't care about like what
No,
we
they-
were doing
they
to
are-
our race.
They are the ones that were trying to protect us. They are
yes,
the ones that are like
from
going,
nuclear
hey,
war.
you should not be doing this.
So the
hey,
the Palladians.
peace,
So like
love,
the lore
sex
is
for all.
the lore is the Palladians only came about until we discovered the bomb. But the
Were they
Palladians,
hot?
The
They
the
are, dude.
Pleiadians
They're
were like
6'5".
they're gients. They're huge. They're giant.
Have those
Thor-like
thighs that don't
dinosaurs.
quit,
fucking
like
did.
softball
I would
players
get
or what?
lost in one of those motherfuckers. Tell you what.
But
You want some alien seed? That's what I would tell them because I'm
the
technically I'm an
Pleiadians
alien.
only came about because like we were way ahead on the bomb and they knew it was coming, kind of thing. And they were trying to protect a certain race. They didn't know what was going on. Like they didn't care what said. They don't care what we do to each other. They care what they do to the planet because the planet benefits them. And once the Pleiadians realize that said humans discover nuclear power, that might be the end of said.
Well,
Earth.
that also goes back into talking about if human race was not also a byproduct and or at least tampered with alien DNA to get us to where we're at. You think about not my God damn it. Prehistoric men, please go.
Cavemen,
Okay, their names scientifically.
Homo sapiens.
No.
Paleontological.
Like the original one was like named Lucy. They're like one
No,
of the
no,
first
no.
ones that they did.
What we call them? So there's
Neanderthals and stuff.
there's Homo sapiens, and then there's the Neander. God damn it.
Neanderthals existed with Homo sapiens.
With Homo sapiens, but then
Yeah.
there was the ones the Megapithecus,
It's another sapien.
whatever it is.
It's another sapien.
Something, and where we kind of took control and started gaining. A lot of people think that at that point in time, possibly there was some fornication / fuck around-ish
Oh,
stuff with alien DNA to help push our race further. Because you look at just over the last 200 something years,
Yeah.
technology-wise, and where we've grown as a society compared to 2,000, 5,000 years ago,
Yeah.
so on and so forth.
There was a point in time that evolution took a big leap.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, the point is what caused that big leap? Was it the fucking crossing the mushroom? Was it psychedelics? Was it a push from another race?
This is the Irish aliens.
Was it the proteins and enzymes we got
Well, I
from
mean, if
eating
you- if
actual
you- if
good
you-
food? You know what I mean?
If you
Compared
look
to
at this
just eating
planet,
plant-based
planet, everything on this planet knows what to do except for humans.
Yeah.
Like,
They
It's
are-
because we don't
have a
It's
present
because our
consciousness.
ecosystem determines
In-
the individual, or the individual determines the ecosystem.
and
We're not hive based.
and
We're not.
it's basically like
working for
it's
something
like
else.
basically
Everyone's
like
an
saying
individual.
like you're on a carnival game and I take a water balloon and I'm gonna throw it through a fucking a barrel, like just drop a water balloon through a barrel filled with nails, and if it doesn't pop 20 feet down, you win, kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's
it's also
life.
called chance.
There's no fucking way, and that's how like there are multiple like there are reasons that people believe that aliens don't visit us because there's oxygen here, like we're the death planet. We don't need oxygen to survive.
Well,
we need
it's we
supposedly
do.
on this planet, but no, you don't. Like we
Well,
breathe nitrogen.
That's why nothing lives in
We
space,
breathe
Joe.
both, but technically our hemoglobin requires oxygen.
Yes, because we adapted to it,
Because
but
we've adapted,
oxygen,
yes.
oxygen.
We didn't
ages
adapt
shit.
to it. We were
There's a
made
re-
in it. There's
There's
a
a
difference.
reason that
We were
ox-
made in this. Not we didn't adapt to it.
No, I'm saying we adapted to it.
How so?
I'm not saying
There's been
we're-
oxygen on this
Because
planet
I'm just
since humans
literally
have been
trying
here.
to tell you that like everything on this planet has an existence to be on this planet except for us. So we have adapted to be to this planet.
There was definitely a higher nitrogen content millions of years ago.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But
So-
even with nitrogen and oxygen, you can still have a higher nitrate. Although
Oxygen-
oxygen still live.
Well, when you breathe in air, you're
Especially if you're adapted to it. Think about scuba divers.
when you breathe
You
in
have more
air,
nitrate in your air when you're fucking.
Our
you're deeper
hemoglobin has a really
water.
extremely low binding affinity to nitrogen. So it's that's why when we inhale it, we don't really take in the nitrogen. We take in the oxygen because the binding affinity of oxygen is so much higher.
Right, we've
And that's
infiltrated it out.
and then that's of course why carbon monoxide kills us because the binding affinity of carbon monoxide is 1,000 times stronger than oxygen.
yeah.
But that's the
But
thing,
it's
though.
like-
If we haven't been to another planet that we know of and haven't lived on there, then oxygen is a pure source of life on this planet. It might be a taker of it, too.
Well, it's,
It
It's
is
like
a
people
strong
that-
oxidant.
It's
Put it
understandable.
this way:
It's
it's like
like-
third world
it's like
countries that
when-
drink
when
water.
you
They
finally-
need H2O,
when you find
and it's
when you-
contaminated, but they fucking need it, and they're only getting 10% of that actual purified
Yeah,
water
but
out of
there's
the shit.
90
But they need to have it to
To
survive.
Joe's point, nitrogen is much more stable than oxygen.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Oxygen is way more caustic.
Just don't light a
so it
fucking
could-
stogie up.
It can
there's
break shit
there's
down.
90% of people that on this planet don't realize how fish breathe nitrogen and oxygen. They breathe air the same way we
Yeah.
do.
Well, they don't breathe air; they filtrate air. But yes,
But it's mixed into the
But
water.
I agree.
What's the difference then?
we don't have gills.
So when another species comes to this planet, realizing there's a chemical on here, like would you,
But they're pulling oxygen through the water molecules, through their gills, to actually pull the nitrate out to breathe it.
yeah,
or
because
absorb it, I
that's
guess, is the
how
best way to
they
say it.
have adapted to breathe it. These animals have adapted to breathe this shit. What I'm saying is like the reason that we haven't seen aliens and shit is because they realize like the gases that we
You
breathe,
haven't seen an alien.
the reason.
So how much of the Earth's, let's call it air, what do you think is oxygen?
It's like 16%.
like
I think.
30% maybe 16.
No, I thought it was pretty low. Like nitrogen takes up 30%.
I thought nitrogen was like 70%.
I don't fucking know, dude.
Star?
Nitrogen takes up a lot.
I don't know. I haven't really looked into this to see how much air I take out of nitrate when I breathe.
78+%.
It's got to be high because if you're
Nitrogen.
Nitrogen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I thought,
nitrogen.
like 70%.
We're talking 20%
20% oxygen.
oxygen.
Yeah, oxygen.
I was close.
So when people say like
9%
breathing oxygen-
argon and 0.1%
Yeah.
other gases. So when you're talking about oxygen, it's actually, people always talk about O2 as like being like the thing for us to breathe.
No, it's
not.
nitrogen.
Yeah, it's not.
That's why
Well, no,
that's
you
why
need
O2
oxygen.
that's why O2 masks are like really really effective. People
It's
like
pure O2.
because it's pure O2 being pushed in,
Yeah.
but it's temporary because you can't live like that.
Yeah, you can get high as fuck off of it.
You can
Oh, it's
fuck-
great,
and then you
dude.
die.
You can absolutely fucking just get high as fuck off of oxygen.
But that's a part too. I mean, if you're talking about your body being in shock and trying to filtrate things and not working correctly, that's when you need that pure concentration of oxygen because it's not filtrating out the nitrogen.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like, okay, let's over push it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Like I'll even tell you this, like when I worked for that medical company, we delivered oxygen and like I would watch people's O2 stats fall. And
shout out medical companies.
shout out medical companies. And like you would see, so once your body falls below a threshold of actually like 90% oxygen that you can take, you have to be on O2. So most people breathe in and their O2 stats are usually between 96 and 98%.
That's why athletes too, like when they hit the O2 tank,
Yep.
you watch them like
You're
put an
rehydrating.
O2 watch them put an O2 mask on their face. They become like, it's like steroids.
Well, it's
like
because
fucking
your
steroids,
body
dude.
needs that pump. And if you can get that pump and push the
temporary
nitrate
hold.
out, it,
It
actually helps.
It
and
changes
helps
the
them
red blood
recover.
cell. It changes the red blood cells in your body though too, right?
It doesn't change them. It makes them more memorable.
a change.
Memorable. What's the word I'm thinking of?
Accessible.
Semi-impermeable.
So they take in to taking in more O2, which actually helps the body and helps produce more red blood cells. But what I was gonna say was
And more white blood cells and
Kills
just makes
off
them
the red
stronger.
blood
Right.
cells.
That's cool.
For this medical company that I used to work for, on deliveries, I had a box van, so on and so forth. So I would take this box van home because I'd be on call, whatever. But I'd have O2.
He's all
fucking-
about the box.
the Bix. I'd have O2 canisters in my truck, M90s, M6s, M45s, and then I would have a concentrator, which is like people have to be on oxygen all the time. Dude, I'm telling you what, there's nothing better than like either a hard workout or a fucking night of drinking. Like if it's a night of drinking, I'd fucking put the O2 concentrator on, put a fucking candle in, go to sleep, wake up the next morning, bing, right as Wayne, dude. I had not fucking hung over, nothing. Hard workouts and shit. I put that fucker on for a few hours, just watching TV, doing
So
something.
weird.
Money, like
Yeah.
not sore. It was fucking amazing. Now you can really fuck your body up if you use it all the time. It's where you're not supposed to, because then your body stops
Adapts to it, yeah.
breaking down nitrogen and oxygen, and then you're relying on a fake oxygen technically when you don't need it.
It's like
You
any
know,
other steroid.
Right. But every once in a while, fucking popping one of those fuckers on. Like me and our buddy MJ would sit around and fucking get high and just put some O2 on after we got high and just suck some oxygen down and be like, feel fucking great. We used to do it all the time. You know?
Jeez.
Yeah. No, it
It
was
was also
awesome.
the last time you worked
Another
out too.
drug.
So I was like 20 years ago, 15 years ago,
Shit, son.
something like that.
Bathroom. Potty break.
Pee wherever you want. You can throw up a fucking com if you want, buddy. I'll take a pee-pees. Steal it, and then I don't know what bank it is.
Run a little commercial.
I'm looking.
But no, oxygen's great.
Yeah.
Also, we're not iron unless you're talking about me, so I don't oxidize, bitch. Just get bigger.
It's not on here, unfortunately.
What's that? The comms?
Harold and Bertha.
Which one? They're all in there.
I don't see it.
Yeah, they're all labeled like bike shop.
Nope.
Fucking Joe probably deleted it.
Oh, bike shop. I see it now on Bank 2.
Yeah.
Shh. Let's bring the bike up. I'll knock on his door. I didn't call. He said he's at.
Why would you not call business to fucking bring a bike in? What, are you just showing up?
Because it says he's done working.
What are we fucking Mormons out here? We just showing up randomly? It says no soliciting on the goddamn garage door. What are we doing here?
No, like ding dong, ding dong.
God, his fucking doorbell sounds like shit.
Hey, I know it does. His garage door, it's opening. Let's go out. It's his bike shop. It's open. Oh my God.
God, you just want to walk into the guy's fucking shop? Let him come out first.
Hi. What the fuck? What'd you do to your bike?
Yeah, see, I thought my wife was going to ride it. She tried to eat the
wasn't
tires.
talking to you, sir.
Excuse me?
Okay? Are you willing in profit? Because no.
You think
your
she
wife
is?
How about you go get on a bike, go fuck it up, and then you bring it back to me, and I'll
Just
maybe
because
give
it
you...
looks like she ate my whole savings doesn't mean that I'm not the one with the money, okay?
Hey, don't take your personal problems out on that. You go take your personal problems out on a bike. You bring it back to me, and I'll see what I can do with this fucking thing right here.
Well, if you would open your eyes, you dumb fuck, you could see that these ones have 2 flat tires. So what are we going to do about this?
You see what I'm spinning right now? What is this?
What kind of what?
It's round. It looks like a hammer. Maybe you played some Mario. It's got a hammer.
I am 67
It
years
rhymes
old.
with hammer.
Hammer?
You see what a hammer can do to a
Bammer.
skull? Huh?
Oh, you're threatening
Huh?
me?
No, I'm
Threatening
threatening you.
Please put that hammer in my skull so I don't have to look at this wildebeest of a wife anymore, okay? Anything I buy her, she fucking breaks. I buy her a car, shocks go out. Imagine that. Get a fucking tire. Oh, I gotta get another tire because the fucking bike can't support her fat ass, okay? So, what I need you to do is get me a Hoyer lift on some big ass fucking wheels so I can wheel her ass around the backyard and feed the fucking animals.
You know what,
What?
Harold? Is that with a PH? I can tell you're depressed.
Fuck yeah, I haven't seen my dick in years, let alone I haven't felt it from her in fucking centuries.
I like you, and that fat bitch brings me tons of money. I've been fucking making tons off you.
You know what? I'm coming back to Post Falls Bike Shop every single fucking time.
You know what?
Ready?
Saturday night.
Oh God, what are you singing about now? What are you doing?
Well,
Why are you so happy?
I was singing that new Redhead skit. That
Redhead skit.
Yeah.
You're singing a redhead skit.
Yeah, what's his name? With the ukulele and shit.
Bertha, most people listen to music to feel good.
What the night is.
Can you please be quiet over there? I'm trying to do some trading. Okay? I can't do this when every time you're sitting there singing some redhead skit.
What are you trading?
I'm gotten myself pretty deep in some crypto right now, okay? Luna X. I got some Bitcoin going on. You know, I know you've eaten all of our fucking goddamn revenue over the last 50 years, so I gotta try to make something.
I get it. You're playing Minecraft.
Minecraft is something you don't even know what it is, okay? Because it involves a mind and craft, and that's definitely not you. The biggest craft you saw was the fucking boat you came on. What we call that, Noah's Ark?
Singing.
Listen, listen, okay?
Look. I'm sorry. My voice dropped right there.
Yeah,
I
it's showing
got
how
real
your
serious.
balls did too, okay?
But if you're playing Minecraft over there, tell me you're fucking mining crypto, getting down there in the fucking Everlords and all that fucking dumb shit.
Yeah, I'm
You're
trying to
a
do
nerd,
something to make some money.
loser.
Again, you ate all these steaks
can't make
and
money.
not real meat steaks, if you know what
You're-
I'm talking about.
you're a
We had an
65-year-old.
NFT, and for the longest time, I thought an NFT meant no fucking tonight. But guess who was wrong? It was me, because every night is an NFT for me, living with your fat ass.
Well,
So-
try to get up on your one small, tiny little penis, one ball having ass, no good thing going on. Are you trying to build a second testicle out here?
I'm trying to build a blockchain, okay? I'm getting
Is that
fucking
what they're
knees
calling
deep
it?
in this.
Is that
okay?
what? I gotta
Oh
talk to
my
my
God.
grandson.
That's
They're
it.
calling balls blockchains.
Sell. Now, you know what?
Is
I'm
that
done
the
with
new-
this. I'm done with this. I'm going to go back to my crypto, and I'm
Wait.
going to try to make some money.
Wait a second. Is the new sell, skeet?
All over these
Are you
walls.
trying to skeet? Where's the stop button?
Just let it go. Let it go. No, it's fine. Let it go. Yeah, I'm fucking ready. Daddy's back. So played two little commercials, if you will. Watching the podcast room fall apart right now. We got fucking dogs. We got pizza. All kinds of things going on.
Unfortunately, still don't have a fucking cord for my my cam though. You know.
No, Wendy ended up going home. So, next time.
Next.
So I actually just thought about this. Next week's podcast, which I never think about myself. God damn it, Joe! Shut the door. Oh boy! Look at you just dropping all kinds of shit over there.
I do what I want.
Yeah, I know. I can tell. You unplugged your headphones. All kinds of bullshit. Anyways, next week's podcast, I'm going to try to get Corey on. Might be an earlier one because I might go to a concert Saturday.
What concert? Something gay.
Wendy's friend who plays punk band and sings.
I don't unplug.
She's actually a really good player. Good singer. Shut that door, you fucking
Who's
heathen.
it? Elephant Gun Riot?
No, I can't remember. Jesus Christ.
It's fucking Joe. Joe's over here kicking balls.
I can't remember. Joe, what's Katie's band's name? What? Katie's band. Anyways, so we might. I got a can of chew over here. We might be going seeing her, but I also just realized today that next Saturday, if we podcast, it's your boy's birthday.
Which boy?
Me, motherfucker, the only boy.
When is it?
Right now?
Thanks, friend.
What day is your birthday?
Is it really your birthday right now?
Thanks, friend.
I knew it was in October.
Look at this guy.
God damn.
This fucking friend.
It's not today though.
No, I just fucking led into this whole story, you cock fuck, saying next weekend.
No one was listening, so can you fucking,
No, because I don't talk about me.
Replay.
Can you start
Replay.
over?
No, I'm done.
I need an instant replay.
I'm done. Bring it back.
next week is your birthday. What are we doing?
Well,
I'm going to Boise.
podcasting, I think.
Dude, your dog is just like.
Is that gonna be Timmy or is that me? Because if it's Timmy, I'm still gonna be here.
Your
dude.
dog's seen some Jeffrey
Well,
Dahmer
see,
shit. You
here's
know what I'm saying?
here's the
Just
whole
sitting there
fucking
like,
debacle right here.
Yeah, dude.
Don't eat me.
Is
Don't eat me.
if I don't go to the concert, we can do a 4-piece.
Yeah.
If I do go to the concert, it's got to be in the morning.
I don't do
which is you, Thicky.
Wait. Is you Thicky? Who's that?
I just have to throw you off your game a little bit
Which one's the
because you
thick
can't
one?
see me. You can see me from the monitor. See what I mean by looking at the monitor but not looking at me?
I still like to look at you.
I
Like,
know.
You're so handsome though. You know
See,
what I
that's why I was sitting over in Numbnut spot because that way you could see me
mean? I think putting these on risers would actually be the move.
and angle them down.
Yeah. Because I
Okay.
can still see you like
Okay.
in person. So like I'll
Hey, you want to grab another beer?
talk to Timmy about that.
Well, it all depends on if I go to that concert. So if I go to the concert, then it's gonna have to be like a midday podcast.
Which concert?
Yeah, but I gotta buy you that like Gyrator 5000 that you've been wanting, dude.
You already bought that for me. It's called you. It's called friendship.
It's right there.
It's some punk band concert thing at the Knitting Factory, but we'll see.
Punk band. That doesn't seem your vibe though.
It's our friend that's a singer,
Check the couch.
and
Maybe
she's a
it's underneath
female, and she's
something.
really good. Actually, the
It's
band.
not Elephant Gun Riot, huh?
I don't fucking know the name, dude. That's why I asked Joe.
I almost dated that chick one time.
No, you will. No, you haven't met her yet. No,
You
haven't-
sure?
Yeah. No, she's married.
Maybe now.
Are you guys are married, right?
No,
Say again,
you didn't. You wouldn't know her.
dude.
Oh my god, dude! I got a can of chew over here. Give me your fucking bottle.
Hand me the bottle.
Jesus Christ, what are we doing here? We new?
Well, I had a.
Daddy can open anything with anything. You know.
I'm so bad at it. I just need a ball opener.
Really?
Yeah.
Anything with a fucking sharp edge?
I'm like one of those guys who can walk around the room, just fucking lit the couch up, dude. Just fucking get her done.
Yeah,
dude.
right. With those cakes, you probably put it between your cheeks and just spin her off real quick. That's why I squat, son. Open everyone's beer bottles.
Who's the doggy in the
This is
cam?
this is Hercules.
That's her.
This is her.
Is he still intact?
Shat on my floor.
He's still intact.
Unscathed?
He's still got his balls. He is single and ready to
Look at this
mingle.
bitch coming over to smell him.
Hey.
Joe,
Luna?
control your bitch, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Just get her to sit right there.
Nope, she won't, dude. Just be pacing around.
Got my bitch. You know what I'm saying?
All right, what are we doing? Bringing up stories? What are we talking about?
Well, I was gonna, like, we were talking about in the break here, like, why were you in Mexico? Because we never got to that. So we were talking about fucking pyramids and fucking time hole warps and all this stuff.
King
Like,
Tut's dick.
but I don't.
There was this. There was someone down there that was trying to start up a small shopping plaza area. They had restaurants and shit. They wanted a brewery. So
So you were in the brewery, but not the fucking restaurant, but like
the brewery.
in brewing.
So we went down there to start a brewery.
What was that all about? Like,
It was pretty cool. Like me and Joe brewed a little bit up here. I talked to Joe
A little bit.
A little bit.
We brewed for years.
Just tiny little bit.
Like talking.
Still got that grain, father?
I still got the grain.
Miles
powder.
brewed for years
Send
too.
that bitch
Miles
up.
got me on to brewing.
Yeah.
So
I use it a lot.
Do you?
Yeah.
yeah, I tried to get it back. He's like, nah, I use it.
that Frankie though, Joe. What do you know about that Frankie though?
Yeah, the Frankie. We don't know what happened. with Frankie.
I could bring it back up though because I want to buy a bigger system.
So, not to interrupt you, Miles. Sorry. My brother-in-law is selling his system right now. $1,500. No, it's a 3.
Tell me-
for $1,500.
Yeah.
Tell me what's
Fucking
what,
sold.
dude. Yeah,
Want
I
it?
want
You want
details.
3-barrel system, $1,500.
Let me.
Yeah.
Believe it's 3.
Yeah, it's pretty nice actually.
Yeah. Give me details on
It's
that.
the guy
I'll
that
send it to both of you guys right now.
remember before Eli. We all know Eli.
Well, you-
Remember when we went to brew with Hercules the first time? It's Josh, and we brewed on his system. It's that system, but he
It
has a
is?
pump now. Yeah,
No, it's a new one.
That wasn't a 3-barrel system.
No, it's a newer one.
it's not 3 barrels. It's 5 gallons.
No,
Because I have
it's
a full
15.
I have a full pump system right now.
It's 5 gallons.
It's 15.
Okay, so 15 gallons is
I'm telling you right now.
one barrel.
Not a barrel. Sorry, not major league 3-barrel system.
So you're talking 15 gallons.
15-gallon system
Oh,
for 15.
I'll think about it.
I think that's what it is.
That's a half barrel.
Let us know because
Yeah, because a 1-barrel system is worth $1,500 alone. That's why a 3-barrel system. I said fuck yeah, but half a barrel. System,
But he's got all the burners, everything for it. Like it's it's not just like an archaic system that we were doing.
I got all that shit
You're
too.
talking to people that brew though. It's like,
Um,
he's brewing out
well-
a grain father. It costs him $800. He can.
well, I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out why.
Sorry, anyways.
I'll think about it because I do brew. I do brew for a lot of people like down in Boise area too.
The grain father is amazing though.
Yeah, it's nice.
Who makes the Grainfather?
Grain father. Yeah, pretty much.
That's the company.
Yeah.
Is it not Bleakman or like?
No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
not.
It's a great setup. Like David and I bought this shit, and Aaron knows about it too. It's like
Yeah, we
it's
all
like a
brewed.
brew in a bag, Miles, but it's like it's not a bag because I don't believe in plastic. I don't use plastic when I'm cooking either with like spatulas and shit. It's
He
all
puts plastic on his
wood.
dick when he's cooking kids. Oh!
and I use
latex, baby.
I use ghost milk, but
Ghost milk rubs it on the fucking piece.
He needs that sheepskin so he doesn't
I-
get allergic.
So I've been joking
Right?
with Joe about this
I
because he's
shoved
the
some alcohol.
Baratheon, I'm the Lannister. You seen his kids, blonde hair, blue eyes, babe? Just saying.
yeah, but they're strong and you're not. So anyway,
Oh shit!
but the
guy
thing with the
looks like
grain
a fucking
father,
weak
so what you
gump
do
over here.
is so you got your grain cooking, right? And what you do is you
The grain cooking.
Uh,
At what point, Joe?
you lift it out
Uh huh.
and you turn it just a little bit.
So your wife lifts
So
it
it's
up
like
for
a
you.
brew in a bag, but instead of moving the wort, said like the grain to the wort just drips into said bottom
Back
of
into
the
it.
grain father.
So
And
you're
once
talking
it
like a
all-
hot liquor ton and then like
Yep.
a lauter.
and not
ton?
only that,
Yeah.
but it has a chilling system that'll cool 180 degrees to 60 degrees and like that easily.
Yeah, so it's
It's
got-
higher than that. Yeah.
It's got a really nice chiller, so it's like almost.
It'll go
That's the
from
Grainfather. Is
yeah,
what you're saying?
it'll go from boiling to that cold. Get it in the fermenter.
in the same vessel.
Yeah.
Same thing. All you
Huh.
got to do.
Well,
so we would brew in the
Not the same
bathroom.
vessel. You move it to a conical. We have a conical fermenter.
Yeah, he bought a conical.
Oh,
Yeah, you move it to an actual.
No,
is that
okay,
a
so-
Bleakman or what is that? What's a conical fermenter?
The conical one is not Blickman though. I'd have to look it up again.
It's an SNS. You bought the SNS fermenter.
That's right.
Oh, the
Yeah,
SNS is
Because the
good. Yeah,
Blickman has
anvil.
the tube
so
in
here's
it, right?
So here's how it works.
Because you have
Miles.
to have the tube around it. on that one, right?
I
Blickman is the
bought your
inside one.
system, right?
Yes.
So
Right, okay.
you heat up your water. However, the grain
Hot
filer.
like your 10, yeah.
So the grain filer has it where you can program your phone to it to be like
Yep.
start cooking at 4 a.m. because it's electric. However, you can pay for the more expensive gas because gas cooks faster than electric.
do.
But just get the electric one, you know. So to start cooking, you can tell your phone to start cooking at 4 a.m. Wake up at 6 or 8.
Herc.
It's already got your
Herc.
boiling point going.
Come here, look.
You put the
Sit.
bucket in with your grain, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like a tea bag, kind
Knows how to
of, you know.
Come on, I follow.
Yeah,
I'm a fucking
yeah,
brewer
no, I know.
too, dude. You're
I know,
not talking to a
I know.
fucking idiot here.
And you let it
Well-
steep. But the other cool,
Well, I still am, right?
the other cool function with the grain filer it has the ability to sparge.
David.
So
yeah,
it
yeah,
has
the
the ability,
back sparge, yeah.
so it has the ability to pull the grain not only down with suction, but it recycles on top, and it'll do that for your sparge time.
I think
And then-
$1,500. I can double check for pace.
And then when you're done with the sparge time,
It's just one photo.
you lift up the barrel and you twist it, and then all the fucking wort that you want
Right.
to
Right.
thing falls in.
You gotta boil all that shit.
And then once that
All
all
the
falls
bunny
in, you
cakes,
just
too.
lift that off, throw it in your
Yeah,
bathtub or
everything.
whatever, dump the grain off, sell it to farmers, do whatever you
Consider.
want with it.
Huh.
And then your wort's in the same grain father, same vessel. And then you boil and then you add your hops. So,
So-
Double checking
basically,
price.
basically
is this-
take your system, right, that I bought from you or have from you still, and put it all in one. That's
What
it.
would you offer for this?
All in one. All in one grain father. It's $800. $800 grain father. I highly recommend grain father because Miles, you could do it literally in your fucking living room and no one would know.
Well, what I'm interested in is we talked about David going down to Mexico.
We'll never get to it.
Are we still brewing at home in Idaho, or are we only brewing in Mexico, or what's the deal?
We never fully got up and running brewing in Mexico. What we did was to make sure that we actually had the market for the beer. I started getting like high quality beers from Mr. Keg, which is a big distribution place. So I got like Goose Island IPAs and I brought them down to Mexico and stuff. And then after that, we would sell it. We'd sell it as part of like an experience with a local cafe.
Yeah. Oh my God.
We made a little bit of money, but the thing is that the person that actually set up all this system kind of ran out of money and so decided to just like flee the country and go back and do shit. And because she fled the country basically at that point.
Well, the thing is, it wasn't necessarily setting up the brewery, but the fact that you had to bribe it, right?
Yeah.
Talk about that shit.
So anytime you want to get anything down into Mexico, all the Mexican officials, they want to flex their muscle. So if they see you taking something across the border, you have to 100% bribe them for it. So I brought like a truck of 6 kegs down there so I could resell the kegs and on tap. And they wanted us to give them basically $100 for each additional keg they brought in.
Wow. Are you talking 15-gallon kegs or just like corny kegs or what?
The 15-gallon kegs. So full-blown kegs.
So the full kegs.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem that bad, but it's still, you're getting taxed, right?
So
you're getting double taxed.
Yeah, because I already paid $180 per keg for
Right.
a nice beer, and then on top of that, I'm paying another $100 per keg to get down there.
You get 100 pesos.
Yeah,
You're just getting that work, dude,
And then
from
I
all
took-
sides.
I bought a kegerator with a triple tap, a nice
Yeah.
good size one that was restaurant style. I bought it from this guy that did nothing but set up brewing equipment in San Diego. I bought it from him for $400, which is a screaming deal. Then I go down there and they want me to pay them $600 just to get across the border because
Wow.
Hey, what you got in your truck,
Exactly,
yeah, what are you doing? You own a bar, huh?
It was such bullshit.
Well, there's a lot of
nothing-
money. There's a lot of money in tourist alcohol down there, from what I found out. Because I went to Cabo, which is way down the peninsula from where you were in Rosarito, right?
Sucks. What?
Yeah, so we were in Cabo, and like, dude, it was $35 American for a Jack Daniels and Coke down there.
Oh, Daddy got fucking taken.
You want okay? First of all,
What's he doing? Fucking
the Mexican beer
look at the
scene.
biggest white guy out here. Oh yeah,
Mexican beer
he
scene
fucking
has
paid it
exploded.
too.
Big ass
He
having ass
fucking
beard,
paid it.
motherfucker.
I'd be like, nah, bitch.
Nah, it's
First of all,
Hey,
when I
Daddy,
got
give me that bottle.
when I got in the taxi, the guy was like. The guy literally looked at me and he was like, he was talking shit, dude. He was like,
listen, calm
he's
down,
like,
John
Oso.
Rambo.
He's calling me Oso, which is bear in
yeah.
Mexican, dude. And he's fucking looking at me and he's like, this guy's fucking big, dude. You know? And so I looked back at him and like, my wife speaks fluent Spanish, like actual like Spanish, like
She
Mexican
goes,
Spanish.
estoy muy poquito.
No.
Ese.
And she fucking laughed, and you got to realize she's like blue eyes, you know, and and fair skin and
Blonde hair, Viking.
blonde hair, fucking looks like she's from fucking Norway,
Conquered
right?
the North American continent, you know.
But
That-
and she,
The mother of
she's
Joe's
like,
children.
yeah, and she's laughing, and the guy's like, you know, all these things, and anyways, yeah, they looked at me, dude. And they were fucking taking a little bit of back, 6 foot fucking tall, you know, 320
no, the
pounds.
cab won't wait. The cab won't. No.
So one thing you gotta understand about Mexico is Cabo is the most Americanized Mexico.
It is,
Thank
Cabo
God.
sucks.
It's-
I'm going to Cabo.
ridiculous.
and we had
Why? Don't go. It's not fun,
It's
dude.
overpriced. Everything's overpriced.
And we had VIP because the guy that was with us, he owns a restaurant in San Diego or somewhere in Southern California,
Yeah.
which is like a high level, like 5-star restaurant. And he knows Sammy Hagar, so we got like we got VIP treatment at Cabo Wabo and fucking in Cabo.
Oh, that shit.
I like
you went
Squid
there.
Rose. Squid Rose is dope.
Yeah,
Aaron
but
was
Cabo
there.
Wabo's all right. I mean, it's like the little stage area they have downstairs is pretty sweet. But fuck, dude, what you need to do is if you want to make those guys work and get their money, is take them rickshaws around because they picked me and the wife up in a rickshaw. And then the next rickshaw over has 4 people in them, right? Each one of the guys is over 220 pounds.
Making
And
him
then these
work,
guys-
dude.
Dude, he
Fucking-
fucking...
we got
he-
linebackers
he gets-
all around,
He gets
dude,
behind
you know?
us. And so when he and I jumped in one, and then they pulled... We're going the same place, obviously. And pulled the next one. And we stopped at a stoplight. I look back, and the dude in the rickshaw is just fucking dying,
Yeah.
son. Like, he's like,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
the fuck? And so I opened up a beer, and I'm like, here, buddy. I was like,
Yeah,
here,
here's
drink
the
this. He's
Vesa.
like,
Yeah.
no, I can't. I'm like,
Can't
dude,
right now, yeah.
like, drink a water then. He's like, no, I can't. He gets there, he's fucking dying. And everybody in the rickshaw's like, fuck. But he kept up, dude. He was going 100%. I guarantee he probably didn't sleep for a week, dude. He probably pulled an Achilles. Like, it was horrible. So they all tipped him like $20. Like, they made his fucking day. Like, he
Yeah,
made his day. But he didn't say no. He's like, no. Like,
We
no,
got
no,
off
no.
the-
Like, ugh.
We got off the fucking bus, dude, because there was
I'm
like
not hauling fucking 900 pounds behind
was-
me for fucking a mile
there was
and a half.
there
bro.
was 14 of
I ain't
us.
doing it uphill.
There was 14 of us, and like 4 of us were in one hotel, and like the other 10 were in the other hotel, and they were 1 block apart. And so they picked us up in like buses, like 2 buses basically, right? And we were all going to Cabo Wabo, and we had VIP there, and they fucking gave us bottle service and all the rest of the shit, which was cool or whatever, right? But when we landed downtown in the fucking Cabo area, they were like, "Hey," they looked at me. I was the first one off the bus because I was in the fucking in the passenger seat. No, he looked at me and he was like, "Hey, man, I got whatever you need." And like everybody else on the bus were like, "What the fuck are they talking about?"
Drugs, baby.
Yeah. And I was like, "Dude, I lived in New York, man. Like that's how they talk. Like I got, what do you need, man? What do you need?" And
Hydros.
dude, you can get whatever you want.
Stat.
Well, in the pharmacies in Mexico, you can buy whatever you want without a script.
They have literally everything.
So you can go to a pharmacy in Mexico and just be like, yeah, I want fucking hydrocodone.
I need that penicillin, son. Got that itch.
Yeah, and so that's a whole different story. But we got off the fucking
For
thing,
you?
and they were like, well, we got whatever you want, bro. Like, what do you need? And I said, oh, I don't need nothing. You know, I'm set. And that's what you have to tell them. And like, you don't act like you don't know what the fuck they're talking about because that's when they take you, right? That's like when they know you're fucking gringo, like a fucking
It'd
retard.
take about
You know?
7 guys to take you, son.
Yeah, it's gonna take 15 of them, motherfucker. This 10-year-old looking ass motherfucker.
Clown
right?
car pulls up.
That's why I started working out. I'm
It's
going down
like-
to
so-
Mexico. I'm like out here lifting weights and shit. Like,
Well, dude, So this guy's like, I got whatever you need, and like, I'm like, nah, I'm set, and like, I start walking away or whatever. And he's like, we got women. You like girls?
Oops.
And I'm like, no, not really.
So
you got some men?
that's what happened when I was in Playa, but in Playa it's a different ballgame. So what they do down in Playa is they'll set actual like federales up and stuff, and so they're trying to catch people because Playa is like the big Mecca tourist spot. So you have Cancun, then you have Playa, and then you have Tulum, and Tulum's only like 18 miles.
Live in Tulum.
So do I.
Yeah, it's a tiny little place.
I love
It's
to
right
live in
from like
Tulum.
Belize. It's right there on the border of like Mexico and Belize, and so they'll have federales or policia.
David, I feel like we can gamble
through
all day
there.
long and just live in Tulum.
Probably.
We probably could, but the same thing. The guy's like, "Hey man, what you want?"
Yeah.
You're like, "Nah, I'm good, bro." He's like, "No man, I got you. What do you want?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm good." He's like, "No, what you
My
want?"
mortgage
And,
paid for.
and I'm walking with a crew of like 5-6 people, not talking to anybody else. Like, all right, here you go, fucking daddy, sexy in shape, tattooed up, earrings, fucking tanned up, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like looking like.
Who
a
you talking about
fucking-
now? It's
This-
not you, right?
Oh no, not now, but
You
from
tan to go to Mexico?
Fuck yeah, I do.
I'm gonna let them know I'm white.
Was this
I'm
20
going
years
down there
ago?
white, bro.
This is like 4.
Oh,
and
okay. I'm tanning up, bro.
I always tan before in Mexico, dude.
You only tan for
I think you were talking
You
about
don't know
David
this-
for a second there. So
You don't know the sun when you get down to the equator. It is fucking horrendous.
Listen, I've been to Greece.
I
the
do
sun.
know.
So you better get tanned up, otherwise you're gonna be fucking looking like
I
the
ain't
guy
tanning
with the
shit,
little
bro.
white shit on his nose, sitting there with a fucking
Our
sombrero.
Our
on. Be
ancestors
like, "Oh, I'm good."
lasted the sun and told it what's up.
You haven't lasted in the sun at all. Look how white you are,
was
son.
it
White
Icarus
as
I
over
work out in
here?
the sun. This
Yeah,
motherfucker.
Icarus over
Yeah,
here.
no,
I
hit me with
juggle it.
PEDs.
I'll be on the sun, and the sun be like, "Oh, I ain't fucking with that."
Yeah, like we're gonna
By
want to
the way,
melt that butter. Melt
way,
that
the-
butter, son.
By the way, the sun.
Hashtag melt the butter.
The sun's
him up.
the sun's alive. By the way, so just saying.
Let him up,
anyway,
dude.
what's up?
Yeah, he's fucking not. This motherfucker's wearing a beanie right now. I don't know the sun,
You want to speak in the mic?
Yeah.
motherfucker. Yeah.
The sun.
Anyways,
the sun's
this guy's-
alive, bro.
This guy's asking me all this shit. I'm like, nah, I'm good. So coming to find out, someone got arrested from the same dude, but he's going from people to people. Another guy approaches Bill, who was on the podcast, North Idaho Discs, and goes,
Who was that? Bill Rogoli?
no,
Stowe.
not that Bill.
Post Files Bike Company?
No, Post Falls Discs.
This.
Or I'm sorry, North Idaho Discs. Why did I say Post Falls? Anyway,
Should be
our
Post Falls.
sponsor. He goes, hey, he's like, he looking for something, and Bill goes, yeah, I'm looking for some actual authentic Harley shirts. He goes, oh yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
he's like, go in here. He's like, no, authentic Harley shirts. And the guy kind of does like a 2-piece look and goes, come with me. They walk into this little mom and pop store, right? It's tiny. It's like as big as this room. And then he goes, this is what Bill said. I didn't go with him. Bill and somebody else went with him. Goes in, talks to the lady. The lady kind of looks and goes, gives him the nod. He pushes this fake wall open that has shelves on it. They go in the back. He said there's fucking boxes upon boxes upon boxes of shit. Not knockoff, but like lifted from somewhere. And he cracks open a box and he's got all these fucking authentic Harley, like Mexico shirts, all the stuff. Because
No, you had to buy it.
he would collect anywhere he
Called
went
his
that
bluff.
there was a Harley store. He would collect a Harley shirt for his dad, who passed away before that trip. Or no, I'm sorry, his dad passed away after that trip. But so he wanted to get his dad a shirt, and ended up paying the money. Got the shirt, but they're authentic ones, not knockoffs. But yeah, this whole place behind the fucking fake wall. But you just don't know who you're getting. Yeah.
It's fucking
You know,
Mexico.
there's fucking mice back there and shit. Who knows?
Yeah,
Any
it's
Holocaust survivors back there?
At this day and age, no. Dude, even Anne Frank would have been dead.
And Frank's like, "Is it over?" No, bitch. Get back to making
Put
some
that Harley shirt on. Yeah, get out of here. Nobody wants you.
Start making some Holocaust shirts.
If you're not the prime age of making kids right
I
now, you're
survived the
done.
Holocaust.
I survived the Harley. The Harley cost. I survived the Harley cost.
Hey, man, that's the way the world works. Ah, shit. You're relevant now.
You
You're
wanna try-
still a slave.
You want to try this game?
What's the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you talked about it.
All right, let's do it.
Dave's not going to give us any more information on fucking Mexico brewing. He's fucking looking at him. He's all side shelled. He's probably got court cases against him right now. He's like, I can't talk about it, peeps. Like, what else? What's up?
No, it never really came to fruition. So it was like we basically sold a bunch of beer, but then I never got funding for the brew equipment because I had this guy that was supposed to
A third party guy who said, I got you.
He
One of
was
those
gonna give us a
assholes.
7-barrel system. It was one of my brother's friends who basically inherited $1 million in Iran, but he could never get the money back from Iran.
Yeah, because you don't inherit money from Iran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
And so-
Iranian, so his uncle died in Iran. He went over there to get the money.
Stateside, though, like you better, you
Yeah.
might get it in Mexico.
So while he was there in Iran and he was trying to get the money, in order to get it over to America, he had to grease the wheels of all these officials. And by the time he got it over here, it would have been $500,000. So he chose to go over there and just spend the money and stay in Iran.
So what Shell,
Let me
Shell
ask you this,
company
though,
that
like,
he owns now is like a terrorist
let
company?
me ask you this though, like if you could still do a brewery, would
No.
you?
In Mexico?
No, not in
Yes.
Mexico. Anywhere you want to do.
Where
a
was
brewery.
where was it in Mexico though?
It was in
Tijuana,
Rosarito.
Rosarito, south of Tijuana, yeah.
So I'll tell you this.
Rosarito is a very good American.
But I'm just saying, like, if you could, like, you won the lottery,
Yeah.
would you still open a brewery, or would you be like, nah, fuck it?
Fuck yeah, I would. I make good fucking beer.
Oh, fuck you, do, bitch. I touched it. Oh, no, you do make. You make.
So
Well, the reason you make good
we
beer.
made good beer.
The
but
reason
yeah.
you make good beer is because you had a great teacher. Because I had a great teacher. But you also know how to cook.
Yeah.
We gotta cook, Jesse.
But my teacher knows how to cook too.
Good.
So and no, your beer is very good. I
would do it just because I enjoy cooking. So I would open a brewery. I'd probably open a brewery with a kitchen because I also like cooking too, but I would start with the brewery.
Right. That's how I feel too.
Yeah.
How about a food truck, man?
Food truck would be dope. So
it's talked about.
one thing that I've gotten really good at is my pizza game because I have a pizza oven. So I've just been practicing all kinds of different styles of pizza, sourdough, double fermented Polish style
Yeah.
pizza.
and let me stop
crust
you right
and
there.
stuff like
When not to be humble or like
Not to be humble.
Who the
or
fuck's
like-
humble here? Here's
or
fucking
like
you, bitch.
When he
Here's Joe, fucking
when,
humble as a motherfucker.
when he
dude, let me tell you.
practices.
Where's he take the blue pill? He's got a boner right
when
now.
he practices, it's like Allen Iverson coming down. When you talk about practice, like
Who's that?
He literally practices. So
Yeah.
if he were to so when he tells you he's talking about practicing, believe me, like it's probably the bomb pizza you ever taste in your life. So
Well, I'll tell you this, David.
continue.
Talking to you in Espanol. When we were down in
That's not
Tulum,
Spanish.
David is. When we were down in Tulum,
David.
David.
Yeah.
It's not David. It's David.
David,
When we were down in Tulum, so we always
you
go
got
to,
two D's. In
we go to
you, you
different
double
breweries in
dicking?
Mexico. That's kind of like the seek out the breweries because we love breweries.
Yeah.
We went to I can't think of the name. It was on an earlier podcast, whatever. But their claim to fame, right? And I was laughing about this is they make and brew everything with seawater, right? And
Oh yeah, I remember
Interesting.
this.
yeah, but
Okay.
check, but wait,
Here
stay
we
with
go.
me here.
I'm listening.
Stay
Okay.
with the
So
brewers
they also
here.
infuse seawater into a lot of their like appetizers and stuff,
Yeah.
right? It doesn't matter because everything's boiled.
Yeah.
So at that point, it's sanitary and no longer seawater. Just because you start with a substance, but then you boil it out, doesn't mean you end with the substance. So what they were trying to say was like, oh yeah, this beer, well, we actually infuse it and it's brewed with seawater. I'm like,
But you boil it though.
but no, it's not. It becomes actual water at that time.
Yeah.
And so, but they
However-
even did it with their appetizers. The beer was okay. They only had, here's the kicker, is they had a full fucking bar, one beer on tap.
Okay.
It was like an amber or some shit.
Yeah.
And
That's weird.
their food was really good. But it was like, you're a brewery and you only have one beer. Well, yeah, because it's infused with seawater. So that's that was their claim to fame.
That's
I'm
their
like,
gimmick.
but it's not brewed with seawater because it's boiled out.
Yeah.
I was
However,
like, it's like me pissing a pot and go. And so I made
Yeah,
the
but
joke when I was down there. I
here's
said,
the thing.
It's
we should
Mexico,
start making
so-
beer with piss.
Yeah.
Here's the thing though.
And we'll call it's infused with piss water.
Well,
And
here's
then
the-
we'll fucking boil it out.
Here's the thing
and then
though, is like
boom,
if
we're good
you
to go.
if you use seawater though, salt is an antiseptic, right? So like if it's a high enough composition of salt, your yeast is not going to take hold because it's a natural antiseptic. So like,
Yeah, but we're not talking about the Dead Sea here, son. We're talking about the
Does it
fucking.
matter? No, it doesn't matter.
He's agreeing with you.
No,
In
I know,
fact,
I understand that, but that's what I mean by like salt content. It's
They had to.
I think
it's the same thing as boiling.
I think the reason-
gargling salt water.
I think the
was
reason
boiled out.
that they say that is because you're in fucking Mexico.
It's a gimmick.
And it says,
No, agreed.
do not drink the water.
It's terrible, dude, in Mexico. Let me tell you.
I
was in a high level resort.
And they say, don't drink the
High
water.
level.
So-
No,
resort?
I was at a high level resort, and I was like, surely the water is fucking
Nope.
okay here.
This is why they put bottles
then
of water in your fridge.
No, they put a warning in Spanish in front of the faucet that says water is not potable. And Daddy's drunk because like in the middle of the fucking hotel room,
Oh my God, no.
there's like 5 bottles of liquor that are free to access because everything's free inside the hotel room, right? And so I'm fucking drunk and I'm brushing my teeth and I'm like, okay, so I fucking run my toothbrush underneath the water, and then I fucking brush my teeth with it, dude.
Oh, I brush my teeth with the Mexican water.
Almost instant vom. You know? Like you start brushing your teeth, you're like, ooh, that's not okay. That's not
like-
right.
I don't know. I brush my teeth with. I
So
mean,
how
I've
do
been
you shower then?
no, I've got a
The
Mexican
shower
water
smells
sometimes.
like shit too. Like the shower legit smells like someone shit.
Well,
in
the
a
difference
vat
is
of
the
water.
shower in those shower heads they run them through charcoal.
Oh my God,
So,
so gross.
That's how
Yeah,
they save
and
money.
we paid in like I was paying like like this place was not a
So here's
it's
the
not like
difference.
not like a cheap place to
Here's-
stay.
no,
Here's
Let's
the
say that.
difference
I feel
between white privileged culture
Oh, wait a second, dude.
and fucking
Zoom in.
non-culture.
Wait, what?
Is because
Zoom
when you
in.
said like they run it through crystal or whatever
Crystal.
Crystal.
or carbon,
They run
right?
it through
Carbonate.
crystal meth,
right?
Yeah,
so
everyone's high.
Dan Aykroyd out here.
Crystal.
Dan Aykroyd out here trying to find like the 5th fucking alien skull, like, and he claims to fame like my vodka. Dan Aykroyd is trickled over crystal. Yeah, it's carbon.
Yeah, I don't
Carbon
know how
purifies.
he distills. his
However, in Mexico, how it should be in the real world is like
It's chemicals.
find aliens.
No,
we find alien skull made of crystal. Oh, we can purify some water.
shit. We would
Stick
kill
it the
Bigfoot
fuck
and be
up.
like, "Hey, we have distilled Bigfoot water, bitch.
No,
you
I'm
want
just,
some
I'm
of
just
this?"
saying. I'm just saying.
It's ran
And
through
this
his
shit,
skull.
and this shit smelled like Bigfoot's dick,
Okay,
dude, for
so-
sure.
Nah,
dude.
those resorts are fucking great. They take care of their shit.
Here's the
You're
difference.
paying
too.
the money they have to
Bigfoot's
be.
dick.
Look
Cottage
at right now. You could look at Colorado. The interstates run so the 90s and
I don't give a
shit.
shit about that garbage state. John Denver's dead, bro.
The
Sunshine on my
Goddamn
goddamn shoulders.
the
John
90s,
Denver,
the
dude.
90s and the
One of the
90s,
best
80s,
movies of all time.
90s, 80s, 70s, 60s run east to west.
That's a long time, dude.
The-
That's 50 years right there.
the 345
Saving
run
Silverman.
north to south. If you look at the 85 or the 80 highway that runs through Denver, it literally goes through Denver, and it literally like fucking horseshoes up to Montana and comes back down.
That's a horseshoe, yeah.
The reason being is because they discovered a fucking dinosaur. Now I'm telling you,
More than one.
I'm telling you right now, if Mexico discovered a dinosaur, they fucking keep paving, motherfucker.
Yeah, but it'd be a tiny little guy. It'd only
Eat
be
it.
like 4 feet.
However,
Chihuahua
you
dino.
work for a company.
Chihuahua Dio.
Aaron, you work for a company, and has it ever been solidified for a company because you work for said paving company? Has it ever been? If you come
He works
across,
in engineering,
if
from
you,
what I know.
if you come through a fossil,
It's excavating.
do you have to stop?
Civil engineering.
Is there a rule by government law that you have to stop?
So most businesses, let alone in this area and multiple areas, probably wouldn't know that, but it is federal law.
Yeah.
And that goes for like native artifacts, bones, whatever. Anything that you find that is not, again, native to that ground, so aka dirt, rock, sediment, and you
Semen?
find something, you have to stop.
But
Now,
how many
what-
times do you pave over it? Fuck
all the time.
There we go. Thank you. Welcome to Mexico.
Last night, baby. That's
Yeah, welcome to.
I gotta
that's
get
my
money,
point.
baby. I'm done.
Welcome
Let's
to
go.
Mexico.
Yeah, hey, what's
But
that?
I've never
What's that real fast?
I've never found
gone.
anything.
We're paving over it. Just
The only
dig
thing I've done
underneath.
is fucking break a fucking 4-inch septic line, and I got turds floating by me as I'm down there trying to fucking
All
patch
right,
this thing
I'm
back
I'm
together.
telling. So here's my
if
point
I
being.
find a big ass skull that's 8 feet wide, yeah, Daddy's probably gonna fucking pick that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dig it out, put it in the back of my
you ain't
truck,
digging shit out.
and then I'm gonna go, hey, check out what I found.
In my
If you want to
backyard.
pay me the money, I'll tell you where the rest of the fucking bones are.
if the Rock kid would get arrested for a fucking dinosaur, you're gonna get fucking sniped.
the Rock is a
But
dinosaur.
my
Look at
point
that cute
being
ass.
is like the Mexicans. The Mexicans are smarter than us. It'd be like the pavement floats on top. SA, just dig underneath and get your
SA,
fucking bone,
you know?
bro.
I wish it worked that way.
Yeah.
What if it's in the middle of the road?
The pavement is glass and oil. It sinks. It doesn't float.
You don't know shit, bro.
Glass and oil.
Glass, oil, and rock.
He's
Glass,
right.
oil,
Dude.
and rock.
He's probably
You know,
right.
you know the
Not
wildest. You know the wildest fucking thing that I
Whoa,
experienced.
let's not get off this shit. He's found some shit. He has found some shit. Have you not?
No, I've not found anything
God.
besides fucking garbage and garbage. I found needles.
Found a show showing your hood.
I ain't
Gross.
found shit.
You never
dude.
found bones? Nothing?
If I did, I would have already told it on the podcast.
God damn it.
No, I haven't found shit, bro.
Fuck it.
I'd be in the back of my truck.
However, if you did, would you pave over it?
No.
Yeah, fuck, keep
No.
going.
I don't pave, for one. I excavate. I build the roads.
I guess it doesn't
So
really
if it
matter
comes to
because
the
you get paid by
if
the
it
hour.
comes to the pavement, that means I already fucking found it. You know what I'm saying?
True
So
point.
that
He's
would-
stressed out though.
Nah, I'd fucking if I
But
found something
like,
crazy, I'd be like, oh,
I'm
fuck, check
serious.
this out.
If you look
Alright,
at
hold
if
on.
you, if you look
Before
at
we go to
Highway
that-
6 in Denver, it'll go up and down. You'll be like, "What the fuck's that for?" Because they found fucking dinosaur bones, and they'll be
Bones?
like bones, and you just be like, the
Joe,
fuck?
if you remember your previous argument of the Great Flood,
"Wasn't my great." I had no argument on the Great Flood.
oh, you did. You were talking about it earlier.
He had an argument.
I didn't have an argument. I just brought it up. I'm
I'm just saying there's nothing on this side of the mountain pass. There's nothing on this side of the mountain pass because everything was buried in lake sediment.
Not true. I can give you a whole history about this from Trevin's podcast and from talking to him. So, in
This
the
motherfucker, I didn't find shit. My whole 20 years of fucking doing this, dude, I didn't find shit.
I didn't find
but
shit.
not true though.
I've
Not
been
true,
waiting
though,
so
right?
long to bring this
No,
up. Not true.
Yeah.
this
I
open-
can't wait to
no,
bring this
is
shit
more,
up.
This is more of the cavernous system that runs through from Montana down to well, I'm
Didn't
sorry,
know where
Montana,
Boise was?
Kootenai, us. I knew it was in Idaho, and hold on.
He's snapping over here.
My boo. So the cavern system coming through and everything,
what
and
they're
then
brewing nowadays.
so what
Try it.
happens is like in
Try
Ponderosa,
it.
for instance, Miles, you'll
That's
know
what they're
this,
brewing nowadays.
is if a body fucking
Try me, dude.
loses over ship, right?
Yeah.
They'll find that through the Coeur d'Alenes and they'll wash up in the Coeur d'Alene River. Now,
The what river?
Coeur d'Alene.
That's not a river.
Yes, it is. You want to make money on this?
Spokane River. But no, you're
No,
wrong.
The Coeur d'Alene River.
Above Coeur d'Alene,
The Coeur d'Alene
Lake is
River is-
the Coeur d'Alene River.
No,
No,
there's
no,
no
no.
Coeur d'Alene River.
You want to
You're
make who wants to lose money tonight?
wrong. Miles, how much you want to bet on this shit?
Put $100 down.
I'll put $100. There's no Coeur d'Alene River.
Well, I got 100 right now in my
Where
truck.
is the Coeur d'Alene River located?
Oh, actually, there is a Coeur
Oh,
d'Alene
you
River.
want to talk about location, or you want to talk about there's no
I'm
Coeur d'Alene
sorry.
River?
Never
No,
mind.
where is
Never
it
mind.
located?
Never mind. There is a Coeur d'Alene River. However, I will go off location. You tell me where the Coeur d'Alene River is, and then I'll bet.
The Coeur d'Alene River stretches from Harrison to us to the Spokane River. Coeur d'Alene River goes in the Coeur d'Alene. Also,
I'm not betting.
north of us, that comes out of Canada down to Bonners.
I'm not betting. I thought you meant like the river out here.
No. So,
Dumbass.
anyways, in Ponderay, bodies will wash up, and there's a cavernous system underneath us through our great aquifer that we have.
Aquifer, dude.
Aquifer,
It's
that was
super
hard.
it's
That was
super
really hard to say.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. And so this all became through the Great Flood from Montana, and it opened up all these caverns. So a lot of things disappear up north and wash out down south. to
Oh my
us.
god. He's right. He's right.
He's using semantics
and
to
the fact,
fucking
like,
make his
no.
point.
just think about this. Like,
It's like saying this is Kootenai River.
have
This
you
is
guys ever
Kootenai River.
been okay? So
No, the Kootenai River's up north.
The first time I
Yeah,
went,
that goes in the Montana.
the first time I went to Hawaii, we
It goes into the Clark Fork, right?
it was like
Kootenai goes Montana, Canada, Idaho,
the
and
first.
then into the.
It doesn't go
Clark
from
Fork.
Montana to
It's
to
a
Canada.
U. Kootenai's a U.
Kootenai
Yeah,
goes from Canada, right, to Montana to Idaho, right?
It's a U. It goes from Montana up to Canada down. to
No,
Idaho.
the river does not
The
run
river
north.
found dinosaur bones and it went up, bro.
River runs through us, bro.
Okay.
The river does not
Anyway.
run north, dude. I will guarantee you. I will bet money right now. The river does not run north from Idaho into Canada.
Well, no, I
I
didn't
will
say it
fucking
runs
guarantee
from
that.
Idaho to Montana, but it goes from Montana north to Canada.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It goes from Canada down.
Okay. Anyway,
What about Hunter on this?
David, can you fucking shed some light on how gravity works through mountains?
I understand how it
but
works.
There's mountains that are taller in Montana than they are in Canada. So
Yes.
it's possible.
Bet
Ooh!
you, bet you $100
Oh, you
right?
think the river starts in Montana and goes to Canada
I
and
don't-
then down,
I
dude?
don't know anything about it. I'm just saying that.
You got $100 that you think that you're fucking.
When you're looking at north versus south, we're not talking about gravity. But gravity goes from up to down. So there could be something up in Montana that
So the-
goes down to Canada.
Ooh.
You don't think the mountains in Montana are lower than the mountains in fucking
There's a
Canada?
whole entire
Not to-
continental divide of mountains.
Not
that
to knock
taller
on our
than
other guests, but
Montana.
you see what happens when I bring a smart guest on? Ooh! Yeah, I don't know what the gun makes.
I would put money on this. I think the Kootenays are actually higher elevation than they are in Montana or Idaho. Guarantee
I
you.
don't
I'm
believe
not
that.
great
I don't
at
believe that at
geography.
all.
I'm just saying it's feasible. Is that Montana could go?
Well, that's a
into
good
God
point.
damn, you should run for governor. You motherfucking have an ass. And
Run for governor.
I'd
It
lose
sounds
to-
plausible. We don't know, though. You know?
Here's something creepy.
I would guarantee you, Joe, I would guarantee you money right now on the spot.
You want to bet $100?
What's up? Like
Aaron already looked it up, so he's over here.
I was one of those.
that I can't kill a duck right now. What's up? What's the bet?
I would guarantee you the Kootenays. What is that?
Never mind. I'm not. Why are you showing it to him
It's a
first?
picture of his penis.
So you think that it starts higher, starts lower here, and then it goes higher here?
The flow is not what I said. I said
You know, you got some great answers out here.
through Montana, through Idaho, back.
It's good to have you on. These two out here.
No. What if
Hey!
what if it's they run both from here to here?
Matter runs through all 3 states.
It doesn't. That's not what we're talking about.
We're not talking about that at all, bro.
No, right there.
See, Joe even said it. We're not talking about that at all. I don't doubt that it runs through Canada, Montana, and
It
Idaho.
doesn't run straight. I said it came from fucking Canada.
Making it up on the spot.
Totally is.
Making it up on the spot.
Rewind that shit.
Yeah,
However,
it runs.
Hey,
It
hold-
runs through Canada first. Trust me, I was born and raised there.
Listen, stop for a second. Well, stop for a second. KootenaiRiverNetwork.org says the Kootenai River originates just north of Kootenai National Park. From there, it flows 485 miles through Montana and Idaho, eventually returning to Canada and Kootenai Lake.
ooh. If only we had stick.
It flows down and then back up.
Yeah.
That's
No.
It makes it you. That's so crazy.
It makes a U, but I'm not saying that it doesn't
It
flow
flows
down,
down
and then
back up?
No.
You're saying no?
No.
It doesn't.
It doesn't flow back up. It just flows north.
No, reread the fucking statement, David.
No.
Reread what you just said.
Prove to me.
Reread what you just said.
The Kootenai River originates just north of Kootenai National Park.
Which is where? Where is the national park?
I don't know where Kootenai National Park is.
Correct.
It's north
it
of us, by the way.
north of us.
Say it's right here. We're cool.
Our county's named after it, but it's north of us. Okay. Kootenai National.
There you go. Finally on the keys, I. What's it say, David?
It runs 485 miles through Idaho and Montana, eventually returning north into Canada,
What?
into Lake Kootenai.
That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. It's all through mountains, though.
It doesn't say that sentence doesn't
Hey,
say
shh.
anything, dude.
Daddy's right.
No.
Daddy is.
Nope.
Yeah, go ahead.
Aaron,
Already
Aaron,
heard it.
listen. Put your headphones on. David's gonna reread it for
Now it
you.
smells like fucking weed.
Put your headphones on. Listen to this. Listen to this shit. Listen to this.
All right,
Okay,
this is
here
what
you
it
go.
says on the watershed of Kootenai River Network. It originates just north of Kootenai National Park. From there, it flows 485 miles through Montana and Idaho, eventually returning to Canada. And
Get it, son.
That's why
That
you
doesn't-
stick
that
man.
does not say anything geographically. So
Didn't say it. I originally said it goes
Where-
to Montana,
Aaron,
to Idaho, and back into Canadians.
where is the national
and then
park?
that's where you're like,
Where is the
it
national
doesn't
park?
flow
And where does it
north,
return?
man. It doesn't fucking flow north. No, all right. Daddy was right. I was right the
It
whole
doesn't.
time.
It doesn't flow north.
I don't have to argue being right. That's what I'm saying.
God damn, that's smart.
Guarantee it.
Good.
Love
baby.
it.
Check it out.
You set them up. You set them up,
Check
burn
it
them
out.
up. You're learning from me.
I'm gonna get high, baby. Where's my joint? Woo! Where's my joint?
Whew. Who's smoking weed?
I don't know, but I need to.
Yeah, me.
Let's get more smart.
Why do people come on here thinking we're dumb? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Wait. Here's a more
No,
detailed
don't
one.
even fuck. All right.
Here's a more
Go ahead.
detailed
Make
one.
my case.
The Kootenai River runs 781 kilometers, which is 485 miles, from its headwaters in the Kootenai Ranges of the Canadian Rockies, flowing from British Columbia's East Kootenai region into northwestern Montana, then west into northernmost Idaho Panhandle, and returning
Sounds like a
to
horseshoe to
British
me.
Columbia in the West Kootenai region, where it joins the Columbia.
No.
Why
Daddy
is Two
nutted.
Shots podcast
Daddy
always
nutted.
right? You know what? You know what?
Yeah, the
happened-
Clark Fork.
I don't
the
know,
Clark,
Boise.
you know
But
what
I know how
happened?
my rivers
Hang
run,
on.
son.
You know what happened here? Yeah,
Hang
hey,
on.
No, hey,
No,
stop. Right,
the Clark Fork.
Ti-
The Clark Fork
time
comes
out,
off the
time
Kootenai.
out, time
the
out.
Clark Fork comes off the Kootenai, and guess where that drains?
I don't
Into
care.
the Columbia.
I'm gonna drain
You know
my
what?
main
You know what
vein,
happened
bruh.
here? Is I agree with you. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks, Dad.
Come
Oh,
come
Joe agrees with the river coming out of Canada, going to Idaho, and then back to Canada, but nowhere else. Got it.
Agree with me on that.
Oh, I didn't
shit.
say it doesn't flow anywhere else. I did not say that.
Well, that's what you just.
It is a giant U, though.
That's
when
what
you
you're
look at the
insinuating.
picture.
It's a
No,
giant
it's not.
U. You got
Where
thinking-
does that
it-
river drain
that
to,
river-
dude? It
it
doesn't drain in
okay,
BC.
No,
Okay,
the river
first of all-
drains back into the Clark
first of
Fork
all-
that goes into the Snake and then all the way
Miles,
over to the
you're the
coast.
stick man. You can
There's,
bring
there's offshoots all over the
Goodness,
place.
dude.
That's not what we talked about.
Miles, you're the stick man. You can bring it up. He's brought up on his phone. He's already proved wrong.
I'm looking at it right here. No, it's not prove me wrong at all.
It already goes
Compared
down
to what
and
I
up.
No, it
said?
doesn't.
I gave you layman's terms of what was it. It's a U, and then you're like, it doesn't go back into fucking Canada.
Columbia
I was like,
River.
By
it
the
does,
way, that is
baby.
fucking.
It does, baby.
That is
It
fucking
does.
creepy.
The Columbia River exists in British Columbia. So
Well,
yeah,
we know
it-
that.
It's Columbia.
So it does drain into the Columbia River, but way far north.
It goes down and up, Miles.
So you
It's
think it
fucking
goes
crazy.
all the way down, then back north, and then drains
We
into
don't
Columbia?
think,
and
Miles.
then
It's
goes-
right there on the
Because
fucking.
you're
What are
li-
you
you're
talking
lying.
about?
You guys are so silly.
just
dude.
nutted,
I
son.
like literally can't. I literally can't argue with these fucking plebeians
We
over
can't.
here.
You can't fucking argue with science.
Oh my
too.
god! Why
Bring
can't
up
you?
the maps.
Why can't you imagine that the mountains in Canada are bigger than ours, and it comes down and it comes back up? River flows by gravity.
Joe, say that one more time.
The mountains in Canada might be
Right.
bigger than ours.
Uh-huh.
River flows
Nothing's
down.
bigger than America. USA.
Comes-
USA. Come on.
so
And then
All right,
and then
all right, let me go-
no,
let me go
no,
around the
wait
room.
a second.
Let me
Wait a
go-
second. So they're bigger in Canada,
let me go.
and
around
they
the room.
lessen in Idaho, but they lessen so much to where they go below
There's a
sea
prostate
level,
problem, Miles. Okay,
and then
you
they
gotta
flow
squeeze it out.
back into Canada. Are you fucking
let me ask
joking,
you
dude?
this. Let me ask you this. Everybody around everybody around the room. Rivers flow by gravity, true or false? David?
It's true.
Mike?
Yeah,
Aaron?
Nope, don't believe it. Alien bullshit.
Okay. So we have
fucking aliens, though,
Yeah.
dude. You know.
3 out of the one
True, of
person
course.
out here. Yeah, okay.
Obviously, you flush a toilet, it
Mesopotamian
goes
gods.
down.
Aaron,
Does it
Aaron
shoot
is
out
the
like a fucking
Mesopotamian
bidet?
gods.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like
I might be, bro.
if the river gets going fast enough where it hits said Montana or Idaho and it goes up a slide, comes back down, curves its way
Gravity
back up,
Hill, son. Gravity Hill.
and the mountains
To the
allow it
eyes,
to
it
go
might
back
look like it's
into
going uphill.
Canada. Yes, it is possible.
All right, you just lost me, Joe.
Okay, so the only reason that
First of all, all of you are missing one. Not all of you, but
Okay,
you
here-
guys are missing an important concept. Just because something is in the north doesn't mean it's higher in elevation.
I'm not
Exactly.
saying that. I'm not saying that.
So according to KootenaiRiver.org, okay, it flows out of fucking Canada, right?
Yes.
It comes into fucking Idaho and parts of Montana, and it flows out through the Spokane River into the Columbia.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
There's going to be a little dissipation, baby.
Yeah.
That's
There's little
fucking
rivers.
weird.
There's little
It's weird.
offshoots.
It's weird that the Cooney River originates in
Mo-
Canada
That's what I said.
and flows into the Columbia,
Eventually.
which is Oregon.
No.
And then
Columbia
out to the
starts
Pacific
in
Ocean.
Canada.
What?
The Columbia River starts in Canada.
We
Yep.
all know that though, except for
The
him.
Cooney River
The
originates
Columbia.
outside of the Columbia.
Okay,
though,
why?
right?
Why? Hey, Miles.
Yeah?
Why is this so hard
He's
for you?
so
to
mad
close?
right now.
It's
Why
like
is
it
it so
flows
hard
down.
for you
I'm
to believe
surprised his
that
clothes are still on.
that
The whole
it comes
time-
down, goes
it's going-
back up?
it's
It's
going
not
down.
going
No,
back.
no. The reason why Northern
It's not
Idaho,
going back
no,
up.
listen. The reason why the town,
It doesn't.
He's calling the mayor right now.
the reason why the town in Northern Idaho is called Bonner's Ferry is because this guy, Bonner, figured out that the river that runs from Canada out to the ocean, right? This guy started a trade town.
Yeah,
Like a
him and
trade-
12 other houses.
Yeah, 'cause it took
and
him
I
through
roofed one
Canada,
house. He's wrong.
Idaho, and
it flows
Montana.
down and flows back
He
up.
figured out that the fucking river
Jesus.
could flow from Canada to the Pacific Ocean. And you know what,
He never
dude?
went to the Pacific Ocean. He's a fucking trapper.
It did.
Okay.
He made it through
You know how this
Canada,
comes full-
Montana, and Idaho.
Hey, you
Nope.
see how this comes full
did.
circle?
Yeah.
You can
Can't
walk
see your
Grand
notes, but I'm
Canyon
gonna
and up
argue
in
them, goddammit.
Africa. Thank you.
Well, trust the stakes over here because I'm telling you because
Okay, so listen.
Trust the sticks.
Listen, first
David.
of all,
How about this?
David's
How
over
about
here.
this? I'll ask a question. Does the river of the Kootenai go south, loop up north, into south, into the ocean?
through Idaho,
or
Idaho, it only goes down from Canada into
or-
Idaho.
no.
Can you walk the
does
Grand
not.
Yes, it
Canyon?
does. Yes, it does.
Or
Okay, so if we follow this map,
or
I don't know what
can
you're
you
talking
walk
about,
the Grand Canyon up in Africa? Who's going through first?
So David is saying that the river comes down from Canada from the mountains, glacier fed,
Let's
first of
comes
all,
into
let's-
Idaho. No. Wait,
Don't
let
put
me-
words in his mouth.
Oops.
Oops,
Right?
Just say what you think's happening and let him rebuttal.
Let me make my statement first.
Let David go first, and then you can
the
go
river,
off. You have
the
all
river
the
does not go down; it flows south.
flows.
It flows south.
Like a woman's
it goes
fucking
down.
North
period.
to south, so down.
It goes south because south
Not
is
down.
just going a direction. It flows directionally
Kanye
south
West
into
out here.
Montana. As it flows into Montana, it comes back up, but it doesn't go up. It goes north. So it
Which
flows-
river?
Oh,
This is the-
hey,
this is the
David,
Kootenai
stop right
River.
there. By
No,
the
hang
way,
on. No,
do
no,
you know
Joe,
the-
stop for a second.
No. Do you know
David, what do you mean by south? Does it come south through Idaho or no?
No.
It goes south from Canada into Montana, and then as it's flowing south, it also crosses over into Idaho, where it starts to flow north into.
And which
Bonners
river is
Ferry.
that?
This is the Kootenai River,
Okay.
and then it flows north, as to which it crosses Bonner's Ferry. You're right about that. Bonner's Ferry, he figured out
It's
that it would-
south.
But it already went
but as,
south.
Hold on.
And it's going back north.
It's going back north through Bonner's Ferry. At which point
Where in Bonner's Ferry does it go north?
it goes. Well, I mean, it just goes north through Bonner's Ferry. I don't know where in Bonner's
No, because when you cross through Bonner's Ferry, the bridge crosses it east to west.
east to west.
Yeah.
He's just telling you right now, bro.
Okay, so as
I was born and raised there,
No,
so
no,
fucking
I
try
believe-
me.
I believe you.
But he doesn't know the river
But
system.
if I'm looking at this map,
I do know the river
He's
system.
not a trapper.
if I'm looking at this map, that would make sense, east to west,
He's
because it's
trapping that
flowing
pussy.
north.
You know what I mean?
So a bridge crossing east to west, that makes sense. As it goes north back up into Canada, it takes a direct turn west into the Columbia, and then the Columbia comes down back into the United States and drains in the Pacific Ocean. So that still follows what you're talking about.
So
with
never,
east of
it never drains into Ponderay, it never drains into Coeur d'Alene.
We never
Bonner.
said
Well,
that at
small
all.
tributaries and like
How
side
small?
rivers do.
Creeks.
Like the Clark Forks.
All
is
of
part
it.
I
All of it.
How small is the Clark Forks
All of it.
contribute?
It gets huge, but it doesn't get huge until it goes a lot further south.
Yeah, Lewiston.
The Clark Fork.
Well, what
River
does
is
that
really
mean,
small.
though?
How about this?
No,
It
no,
just
no.
means
Well,
that-
not Lewiston,
Hey,
no,
how
because
about
Clark
this?
Fork River
Hey.
is north of Lewiston.
How about this, Lewis and Clark? The Missouri River starts in the south of Montana, southwest corner, and it goes up into Montana.
Hey,
and
if
down.
talking
Chris
about- I'm
Farley
talking
ever
about-
said anything that was actually
So,
pertaining right now,
It looks
it's
like
always easier to go up the Missouri than down the Mississippi.
I'm just saying, like one of the most explored rivers on the planet starts from south, goes north. So it happens, bro. Just bigger land masses are bigger land masses.
It's just an elevation changes, though.
Have you ever been
Chaos cum theory, bro. Sometimes when I come in my belly, it just goes one way or the other.
Or it fills his belly button.
Have you ever though been across the Lewis and Clark Trail?
I mean, I've never traversed the whole fucking thing.
I've been in Lewis and Clark caverns.
So,
I've been in a Lewis and a Clark, and he didn't talk about a happy trail.
So the point that Lewis and Clark is in quote unquote North Idaho. Do you know where it's at?
Yeah, it's not North Idaho at all.
Oh, do you know where it's at though?
South Idaho.
No.
Bear Island.
No.
Bear Lake. Snake
It's
River.
south of Kokolala.
It's nowhere relevant that
It's north of
human
Athol
nature
and south
cares
of
right now.
Kokolala.
It's like it's a little bit south of Spangle.
yeah, it doesn't matter.
I've been there.
Because it's where the Missouri River starts.
Do you know why?
No.
Now, if the river turned north, if the Kootenai River turned north, don't you think that the river would have taken them?
They weren't on the Kootenai River, bro. Were they? Why would they be?
So if they were in Kokolala,
No, bro.
that would have
No.
taken them. Yes, it would have.
The
It would-
Missouri, they stopped at the Missouri and Montana. They went through
No, they
Wyoming
didn't.
and
No,
they
they
got
didn't.
lost through the Snake, and they finally got out through the Snake through the Columbia. Sacagawea came in. It was like, oh my god,
Sacagawea.
you don't know what you fucking white men are doing.
She likes the sax.
Why can't you just believe that there are higher elevations at a certain point? that
I'm thinking of
jumps to-
wormholes, dude. Honestly, they were in like
He's back on
Missouri.
it.
Yo,
Here
my
we
They
go.
were in Mississippi, Missouri, dude, and they were fucking just like bit.
All right. Now that we've done this fucking thing for a second. I love it. Miles, load up the game. Baseball, is that what we're doing?
What do you want to do? We can do pizza. Let's do pizza.
Want to do pizza?
Yeah,
Let's do pizza.
let's
Fuck
pizza.
it.
Okay.
Let's do pizza. Play the intro. You'll get it.
Just listen to it. Oh yeah.
Baby. Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
I bowled a turkey last night. You know what I mean?
Hey, Aaron.
Uh-huh.
It's funny you mentioned that because I had 3 fingers in something too, if you know what I mean.
Oh, shit. Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
I played around the world last night.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Ooh.
If you know what I mean.
If you know what I mean.
If you know.
Sexual innuendo.
You know what I mean.
Here we go.
No.
Baby, no.
It's in. Like Flynn. You know what I mean?
If you know what I mean. Mean Joe Green on the field. If you know what I mean. Also had 3 fingers. Okay.
All right.
Pretty simple. Topic. Pizza.
Pizza.
You're going to go around the table.
I'll go first
Okay?
to Aaron. Stickman.
Doesn't
Yes.
matter. You want to just go around the circle?
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
do that way.
It always changes. You laugh, you're out.
Okay.
Laugh you out.
Got to finish it with whatever you say, if you know what I mean. Pizzas.
For example, my pepperoni filled the holy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Aaron. You gotta say the name too.
Hey, Miles. Sometimes I'll put a little fungi in my sex game, aka mushrooms in my pizza. You know what I mean?
I like that all meat deep dish pizza. You know what I mean?
Wrong pipe.
No, foul play.
Oh.
You know, Joe,
Mm.
I really like that greasy sausage.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Can't be out on your own thing.
Oh,
I'll give him
no.
that first time. That's great. Hey, Aaron.
Uh-huh.
I want to try the Swiss cheese tonight. If you know what I mean.
Okay. I know what you mean. Hey, Miles. Sometime when I lay my cheese in my pie, I like to spread it out a little extra thick. So when it melts, it gets deep into the crust. You know what I mean?
And he's out. All right, David, your turn.
Let me calm down.
Sorry, buddy.
Let me just reset the mood. Joe,
Yeah.
have you ever taken a slice of pizza and you folded it and then you let that ooey gooey cheesiness just spread so thin and drizzle? If you know what I mean.
Hey, Aaron.
Uh-huh.
I like to stuff your crust tonight. You know what I mean?
Ooh. Hey, David.
Hey,
Sometimes when I cut my jalapenos, I don't slice them straight down the middle. I like to quarter them. So when they go in your mouth on that piece of hot pie, if that piece of little jalapeno gets stuck in the back of your throat, you know it's mine. If you know what I mean.
ooh, I know what you mean.
Bring your mic to your face!
He's fine. Whispering.
Hey, Joe,
Yeah.
I'd like to jizzle a little tomato on you, if you know what I mean.
Hey, Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
We know you don't got a long enough pepper to even reach David's mouth. If you know what I mean.
Is that supposed to be on a pie?
No. You just got a short dick.
Oh. Okay. Hey, David.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I do a 3-cheese pizza, I like to start with the base. Little gorgonzola. Well, because it reminds me of how gorged my balls are. Then I spread a little cheddar. And I finish with a little famunda.
Jesus.
If you know what I mean.
That was hot. Give me a moment.
Usually is. It's a hot pie. Fresh out the oven, bitches!
Hey, Joe,
Yeah.
I think I want to be up in your saucy pie. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Hey, David.
Hey.
I think Aaron's long course is compensating for his small strokes, if you know what I mean. Get him.
Hey, Aaron,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to fold you over and over again till the night closes in with my cheese. You know what I mean?
Sounds like you're not getting a tip. Hey, Joe.
What?
Sometimes after I eat meat,
Mm.
pizzas, all the time,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta mix it up and go veggie. So I like to slice my zucchini off
Mm.
and then place it around my bell peppers
Mm.
and force feed it to people
Mm.
who don't know it's coming because it's only a 6-inch pie, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean. If you know what I mean, you take too long.
If you know
Which
what I mean.
doesn't exist.
Right.
And I'm already snoozing out here.
Mm.
So
Typical. You gonna come up with something or you just gonna buy time?
I'm buying all the times. Hey, David.
Hey.
I'm going to take an olive. I'm going to show you how big the hole could be. If you know what I mean.
I think I know what you mean.
Ooh. Ooh.
Hey, Aaron.
Yes.
I think you and me, we're going to fold our flaps. We're going to invite Joe in, and we're going to have a nice, gooey calzone. if you know what I mean.
Sounds like that shit's undercooked. Hey, David.
Hey.
I'm done with women. I don't want red sauce. So I'm going to give you a nice white sauce pie.
That's too much for me.
If you know what I mean.
Oh, man. I'm out.
Hey, know what I mean. If you know what I mean.
Play the jingle.
Do. Jesus Christ.
Ooh.
I think that's the thing. Is like, you gotta realize you gotta attack your opponent. Ooh.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
I bowled a turkey last night. You know what I mean.
Ooh. Hey, Aaron.
Uh-huh.
It's funny you mentioned that. Because I had 3 fingers in something too, if you know what I mean.
Oh, shit. Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
I played around the world last night.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Ooh.
If you know what I mean.
If you know what I mean.
If you know.
Sexual innuendo.
You know.
Time-wise.
What about it?
Good enough.
2:30.
Okay. Well,
So we found out how rivers flow.
we found out how
we-
pizzas
we
flow
did
too.
not, dude.
Pizzas flow deep.
Hey, Miles, welcome to my book. Nobody agrees. Hey, but a river can go down, and it can go up, and it can go down.
Well, no, it can go south and north and south.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
with-
the
But it always
Kootenai's
goes down.
The Kootenai's well known for fucking running up north into Canada.
Okay, so this brings into a conversation indigenous people
Indigenous.
or Columbus Day.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I mean, I
Got
was
'em.
born on Columbus Day.
You were born on Columbus Day?
Yeah.
So how do you feel about
So
it?
he's an indigenous people. He's
No, we'll go around the table. We'll go around the table. I tell you the table will be Columbus. So how do you feel about it?
The way I see it is it's called Columbus Day because Columbus is the one that, for American history, for like whatever, if you want to not talk
He's on
about
your
it.
fucking books when you get him.
Pew 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 pew.
Basically, yeah, he's on the books.
That's American
He's part-
history.
he's
Pew
part
pew
of-
pew pew.
Everyone's
Shoot
history,
lasers.
everyone's history is different, but for our culture, our history, we recognize it as
Whoa,
Columbus Day.
whoa. What do you mean our culture there, Irishman?
Whoa. Calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
First
We
of all,
we have potatoes in this state, motherfucker.
Aaron is South African, apparently.
yeah,
You know?
Oh, you didn't know?
calm down.
Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you have indigenous peoples, they might want to call it Indigenous Peoples Day, but honestly, indigenous peoples probably have their own fucking days. So let's just give Columbus
Right.
his day.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. We don't have
Go
to
ahead, Miles.
recognize the day that we conquered
Here's the
indigenous non-smart people. Thank you.
Jesus.
here's the problem with it for me
Okay.
Oh, here we go. What's up, baby?
is you realize that homeboy he not only had a boat full of people with him that were with him,
Yeah.
but he had a person that was documenting every single one of his moves in written language.
His journal.
Yeah. So in South American culture, I hate to say
Lucky
it,
the indigenous people or the woke.
in South American and North American culture, there wasn't somebody walking around with a pen and piece of paper. Hate to say it.
No, pen and feather.
And this guy was smart enough. This guy was smart enough to go, hey, if you don't do this by a certain day, there's going to be a full moon. There's going to be a harvest moon with a certain color.
Good TV show.
And he was able to trick these people into going like,
Might be orange.
they were like going like, oh shit, this guy's God's way stronger than our God because he anticipated a full moon of a certain color.
Well, there's that, and it's also the same sense of.
Well,
like,
let me ask you guys this.
The natives standing on Plymouth Rock, and I think Miles, we've actually talked about this before on an earlier podcast, is them looking over the sea and not understanding that what they're looking at are 3 ships in their bay because they've never seen ships before. So it's not like, oh, hey, there's a deer there. Oh, there might be a deer there. You know what a deer is. But if there's something random that your eyes can't fixate on, and it takes a few days to realize that's why the horizon looked kind of weird, is because you finally, your eyes adapt and see the shape of the actual ship itself. Like, oh, okay.
That's the argument, and David said this earlier too. Like, written language was nil in North America.
Right.
There was a very small amount of written language in North America when the settlers came here. Let's say the British.
Oh yeah, a little
the
game
French,
for you guys after this, but
the Spanish and the Norwegian, especially the Norwegian, there wasn't a written language here, and so it was a little bit of a different beast where you could show up with a compass and just straight up blow fucking minds.
Right.
okay. I got a little game for you.
Not to interrupt you real quick before we do that. Should we do a Joe Shitty 60?
We could.
What's that?
David could handle it.
I think Miles could too.
Miles, he had never done it before.
I know. I think he'd be all right with it though. Okay, do your thing. We'll come back.
Here's
Well, don't play the music. I gotta explain it first.
60. All right. So anyway, totally lost my train
Stick
of thought.
guy. I drink for the first time.
Jeez is out.
He's lost. He's lost in his pies.
Gone.
Give us your game. What do you got?
I totally lost it.
Perfect.
After that.
All right. Well, let's do this. Let's do shout outs. We'll end on a shitty 60. We'll call it. And then we can either do an aftermath or what. Sound good?
Yeah. Want to do an after hours? I mean, David's hanging out with me all night.
Right.
So if you guys want to hang out, let's hang
There we
out.
go. All right. Shout out to all of our sponsors: North Idaho Discs, Post Falls fucking bike shop, Fix Something Bill.
Yeah.
Shout out to 52, Hubes Brews and Views.
You reckon we fix them?
Yeah, right.
You brew them, we drink them.
Harry the Greek, again, bro.
He's not. He already reached out. He's not hairy.
Yeah, he's not hairy on the face.
I'm hairier.
Well, that might be true.
My pubic sack is hairier.
Yeah, that's gross. So if the
That's
Greek's
why he's
there,
losing in fantasy football.
oh, yeah, that's right. 3 Shots Podcast running that table on all you podcast
All of you guys.
sports
You
motherfuckers.
bears have an ass, wishful
Jacob
thinking,
Charnar, where you at,
sucking
son?
ass.
Where you at?
Jesse Smollett.
Whoa, hey, what's he doing?
He could play better quarterback. Oh, what?
I don't know. You tell me. Okay, we'll come back to that. He already got sacked, if you know what I mean. He's in prison. Ooh.
He's still scoring more points.
Fat
you know
Mike
what I'm saying?
Chicago's. Check him out. Also, I mean, these guys are making moves over there, guys. Really check them out. They're doing things. They're on ESPN 1000 out of Chicago. All kinds of things. Flashing our gear on said ESPN 1000. So thank you for that, Fat Mike.
You guys can't afford it, though. so.
But when it comes to fantasy football, you guys suck. So
Yeah.
there's that.
And football.
But thank you for
And
letting us put our
sports.
shit on your fucking
And
platform because it's
Jalen Rose.
amazing. You just can't fuck with this.
Why are you guys a sports podcast? Oh, what?
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 You still talking?
What?
Huh?
I'm sorry.
All right. Play Joe Shitty 60. Here it's going to. Let me
Here
my
we-
phone.
Here we go. Here we go.
This is how it's going to go.
The 60-60.
And you guys have phones on you.
Yeah.
Miles does. You do? Okay.
So
I need you to go into your notes or text. Doesn't matter. You don't have to send it. I need you to write down 4 random things. Don't. I'll explain it. Don't you worry about it. Miles, write down 4 random things.
4 random things.
Joe, where's your phone?
I don't need
It's
it.
right next to you.
It's all up here, baby.
You got it? Okay.
Got it right here.
It's all the dome, dude.
Okay. 4 random things. Doesn't matter what it is. Can be any topic. Can be anything. Does not matter. How the game's going to go. We'll do it just like we did last time. Joe, go to your left. I'm going to put my timer on.
Wait, the river don't flow that way.
Flows uphill, downhill, and in your hole. My timer is going to go. You want me to start? You want to start? You want me to start asking you? How do you want to do this?
How about you start? I'll start. You start, then it'll go to me. That way they know what's
So
going
Miles
on.
has to ask me.
Yeah, Miles will ask you. You ask
So
me, and I'll ask Dave.
Miles is going to ask me a question.
But you have
Or,
to
no,
explain how
sorry.
it works.
I'm trying to. You're so angry all the time,
I need a
dude.
shot for this, though.
So what's going to happen is Miles is going to give me a topic or a thing that he wrote down. I'm going to have 15 to 20 seconds to just rip on this fucking said thing. Okay? Now, since I'm running the clock, Miles will have to give me a little leeway. And Miles, since he knows me, he can either change the subject before said 15, 20 seconds, or he can just let me go on. But he's got to change the topics to his 4 topics. Once he's done with his 4, I'll start with my 4 and go to Joe. Same
10
thing.
seconds per
Yeah,
topic.
it's more than that. We started off as Joe's shitty 60, and then we realized like 20 seconds per topic.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to keep him on the ribbon. If you're doing bad. I mean, it's not even.
Yeah, Joe, your mic's way off the side there. Get it?
So usually how we run it, instead of running a clock, we just let the guy running it go.
How about
Here's your next
topic?
topic.
How about you and I just do a little.
Nope.
Okay.
So let me
And
write my
Miles will
4
play.
down.
Miles will play the thing. You just rip on shit. But the best part, though, the best advice I can give you is don't rip on it. Honestly, think of something that you like
No,
and rip on the facts
well.
that you don't like about it.
just no. It's supposed to be rip section. Okay. So play the music. Then when you want to go into the topic, let me know. Just leave with it, baby. You haven't played this in a while.
Oh, it's gonna be a good one.
60.
That beat needs some fucking growls to it.
You gotta ask me, son.
Video games.
Fuck video games, dude. Fucking video games are such a waste of time. All these having-ass wannabe new age kids coming up, all they do is have sticks in their fucking hands. They don't even know how to go out and play fucking catch with their dad. Their dad's probably there playing fucking video games with him. What a worth of piece of shit that he is, because he doesn't even know how to fucking play catch as well, okay? You want to make a man out of a small child? Go out there and play real sports with them. Show them how to hunt. Show them how to fucking fish. Show them how to actually do something that's coherent to actually living life instead of playing these random-ass fucking video games that you hide behind. You want to be a big guy? Physics? Nobody talks about physics. Nobody can even do fucking math, okay? The only person that can do math is fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's the only person that knows anything about physics. The only thing that we fucking know is talk about wormholes. Yeah, is it a thing? It might be. The only wormhole I know is when I put my dick in someone's asshole. It's fucking spiraled. It looks like a wormhole. I call that a black hole. Boom, I come. Now it's a white black hole. I don't know. Where's physics at right now? I just blew everyone's mind. Speech? I can't even speak fucking English, okay? You want to talk about speech? Most motherfuckers get up in fucking front of people, try to talk. They don't even know how to talk. They're going, yes, maybe, but this is the kind of something that I might like. I run a fucking podcast. I have asshats come on the podcast. They don't even want to speak. I got to put my dick in their ass to get them to fucking speak properly because I'm a proper fucker. And music, nobody even likes their ear pussies blown, okay? Fuck off with your guitar solos. Fuck off with your fucking harmonic solos, okay? Are we the Patagonians? Are we the fucking Petatronics? What are we trying to do here, okay? If you want to listen to music, go listen to yourself take a shit in a bowl. That fucking fucking music that comes out of that bowl, the harmonics is the best sound you're going to hear all fucking day because you can't fucking sing. Bitch, done. Joe, you ready? All right, Joe, here we go.
I thought we were just going to do one segment at a time.
Joe, ducks.
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 Quack, quack.
Mallards.
Quack. Quack. Motherfucker, am I not speaking liberal enough for you? Where you at out here? What the fuck is going on out here? These having ass ducks are nowhere to be found. Oh my God. Nope. Fuck these ducks. They can't land. They can't do nothing. All they can do is nope.
Tom Brady.
Nope. Tom Brady's, oh my God, he's so good. You just cannot, you just not help to just jerk off to Tommy Brady. And there's a fucking duck, but I'm just going to slide by. I'm going to get it with my fucking jizz load. There we go. I got a duck down. Duck down with Tom Brady and my jizz load. Oh my God, it's so good out here. Whew,
Cartoon porn.
Cartoon porn is so fucking, I can't keep up with this shit. It's just like, it's like fucking out here. And I'm like, I fucking, it's like an aerobics
This
exercise.
is Joe's cum 60, by the
This is
way.
you don't know that shit. Don't tell the listeners what I know.
That ain't shitty.
I'm out here running shit. You don't want to jerk off to cum. What? The cum cartoon. What happens with cum cartoon is you just end up stroking your dick so much that it doesn't feel real anymore. And then you're like, what's up, Neo?
Boots.
Boots? You say boots?
Boots.
Boots? It doesn't feel real. And then here comes a sidekick from Trinity with her boot. And your jaw's going one way, but your cock going the other way, trying to get in Trinity's fucking vagina out here, and the fucking boot just got you in the groot, and it's not working with the root, and you just gotta put the brute in the
So
fucking...
it's Joe's Love 60. Give him his fucking title. You got it in the brain piece? Give it to him. Way to not play the game. Love it.
What are you talking about? You just went all hardcore?
It's because it's called Joe's Shitty 60. What'd you shit on? Nothing.
Well, you didn't give me nothing to shit on. I loved all of it.
Exactly my point. Give him his fucking topics.
Okay, I'll give him something to shit on. Dog shit.
Well, you know what sucks about dog shit is that no one picks up their fucking dog shit. I go to the Ann Morrison Park in Boise, and fucking half the yard is just covered in dog
Fuck
shit.
you, Ann Morrison.
And then fucking all they do is I'm walking with Hercules, and Hercules is just like sniffing all this dog shit. I'm like, Hercules, get away from this fucking dog shit.
Bad beer.
The problem with bad beer is it gets oxidized. And when it becomes oxidized, it tastes like fucking acid. So then you have this like shitty ass beer that's because someone thought they were some sort of brewer. And then if you want to flip the script on why they produce beer, all that beer does is taste like fucking water. Fucking Aaron over here is drinking Bud Seltzer bullshit.
Dog will not retrieve my fucking toy.
Well, all he does is play fucking keep away. So you're trying to sit there and watch football on the couch and throw that toy so he's occupied. But then he looks at you and is like, chase me, motherfucker. Look, see my tail wagging? See my little booty shaking? I want you to come after me. Then you have to get your lazy ass up off the couch, and I'm trying to watch fucking football.
My shovel broke, burying a body.
The problem with shovels is they're not made of fiberglass. They're made of fucking just shitty ass wood. Because you went to Home Depot and bought that $9 fucking shovel after you tried to dispose of a body. So you just take that over, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna just dig this hole out back real quick, and I'm gonna throw some lye in there. Maybe.
Rivers
Like
can
it. No,
flow
you've
up.
already gone your fork. Give Miles his.
There you go, baby.
Hold on. We're still going. Miles has to get his. Here we go, Miles. You ready?
But
Hot on them sticks.
From David, right?
Yep.
Top shelf liquor.
No.
it's me
No, he's giving them to you.
to
Yeah.
you.
Oh, go, David, go.
Booties.
Man, you get the pancake booties, man, and it's just like it's kind of hot, but you don't know if it's like, you don't know what age it is, man. And like there's a problem with that, and you also want to go with like those fucking fat pancake asses too at the same time, like softball, volleyball type asses, dude. And the problem
Public
is
bathrooms.
public bathrooms, dude. Like let me tell you, dude. You go public bathrooms, you don't know if it's gonna be Jeffrey Dahmer type bathrooms, dude, where you're gonna get fucking molested and fucking raped and fucking killed at the same time. Or you don't know if it's gonna be like a good bowel movement where it's like no one's there at the same time. You know what I mean? And like sometimes you sit and piss and
Shitty beer.
Shitty beer, dude. Coors Light, Bud Light, any of the light beers. 4.5% is basically Gatorade. You know what I mean? And no one really respects that. And when it comes
Respect it on a hot day.
when it comes down to shitty beers, man, anything under 5%, it's shit. You know?
Ducks.
We're talking mallards, we're talking fucking ducks, we're talking fucking beautiful, beautiful birds, we're talking good eats birds. Who knows if it's a fucking, the Chinese get a hold of them, man, it's peaking, and what does that really mean? Are they really like they're going over the covers? They're going under the covers?
Outdone.
What do you mean by that,
Peeking under the covers. What the fuck you talking about?
Peking duck picking under the cover.
Hey, yo. All right, peeps. Another fucking episode for you, for your ear pussies. Shottiers, thank you.
Thank you.
Joe, you got to sign off? Got anything you want to say?
You know what? Scrooge McDuck. He always
You screwed
fucks.
a duck?
Yeah, he always fucked. And the Bears, good luck.
Chicago, shout out.
Shout out. All right, bros. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Peace.
All right.
All right, so we're doing after hours. If you're... The after hours we have never aired, never probably will air until we get famous. But it's all like just go, like you can just open with Aaron. Fuck you, I hate your shit. Like you want to still, it's fun, right? You want to keep going? All right, so after hours is like we're gonna record, but will never be aired. So whatever you say, we'll say. And I'll lead it. I'll let you know. Like